Up, everybody? Welcome back to another Sunday Out of the Basement stream. I'm back, and I'm feeling a lot better this week. Of course,
Nice.
You know what it is. It's Out of the Basement's Lazy Sunday stream. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
So, guys.
And then we also have a very special guest with us today. We've got Zach from the Star Wars Black Series Instagram and also the Black Series Cantina. Thank you so much for joining us today, Zach.
No, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you all for having me. I'm just glad that Justin's not going to be lonely this week. Last week, I had to rewatch last week's stream after the fact, and I was surprised to see it was just him.
I felt like crap last week, and there was no way I was going to be able to do a stream, so I had to cancel out last minute. But I'm feeling a lot better now. Took some medicine, and got my rest in. So
it's always important. Yeah, pleasure's all mine. So I appreciate you all having me on. I'm excited to talk about the Rancor HasLab and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're not familiar with Zach, of course, the Star Wars Black Series Instagram account, probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Black Series account.
Second biggest, I think.
Yeah, so because there's Star Wars the Black Series, then there's the Star Wars Black Series. So we have Star Wars Black Series.
So I was first, but I didn't work my lighting here. I was first, but I stopped. I didn't post as much, and I stopped posting there for a while. So I lost the race. But he has a great account, and I'm just trying to help out the fan base as best I can, and just be involved in the community. So
you're actually the first Instagram creator that we've had on the stream so far. We've only had other YouTubers so far.
Hey, I'm a founding father of the Black Series Instagram, so I gotta lay the path for future Instagram people to join the show.
Right,
it's an honor.
And mind you, it's a fan account, which I think a lot. Do you feel like a lot of people think you have some like official connection to hasbro?
Yeah. It's hilarious because I'll get comments. Comments are a little rare, but I'll get DMs that are like, "Hey, when are you all releasing the yada yada yada? Hey, like, can you put this back up for pre-order?" Like all these people, and I'm just like, I'm just a fan account. I'm just hanging out, having a good time. And then I'll get comments where people are like, "Oh, you suck. Like Hasbro sucks. Like you and Hasbro need to work out your crap." And I'm just like, I'm literally just a guy. Yeah, like I have a 9 to 5, just like everybody else. That is not employed by Hasbro. So
yeah. So there you go. If you're anyone out there that thought that was an official account, just a fan like everyone else. So yeah, I imagine you probably get some real nasty stuff, especially right now with everything going on. So
the HasLab is it's got my DMs a little crazy. Let's just say that. That's for sure.
It's truly unfortunate. But you also do a podcast with Mike Case. That's the Black Series Cantina podcast. Yep. Recently, your last episode, Dan Larson, Toy Galaxy was on there.
Yeah.
So
big guest.
I just finished listening to that episode yesterday while I was at work. So yeah, that was a great listen. So if you haven't checked any of that out, I'm sure Justin has put links in the description for everybody to enjoy. So let's take a quick moment to say what's up to everybody in the chat. We have Masterpiece, the very first comment at 11:29 a.m. Nice early bird there. Rasta Gideon. We've got our member Chen Razzie here as well. Eddie from Outer Space. We've got the Out of the Basement usual suspects, Infernal Hippo, Nathan Woodward. We've got Andinga, Tacho, Andy, how's it going? Ivan, Freddy74 is here as well. We've got Dawn, nice to see you there. David Edge, all the way from across the pond. Nice to see you in the live chat today. We've also got Yeehaw in here. Nice to see you there. Quentin Mims as well. No problem with lurking. We love our lurkers. We love the lurkers. So
we do love our lurkers.
No problem. We just humbly request drop a like before you start lurking full time. BRFC 147, evening from the UK. Nice to see you as well. Hopefully your evening is going well over there. We've also got Austin Emerson. Had two teeth pulled. Whoo. Yeah, hopefully we can take away from the pain for you, but hopefully you also got some, good pain medication to
hope so.
to keep you nice and regulated there. We've also got Rhino Hobbies in here as well. We've got Todd, aka Fig Fury 79, of course. Nice to see you there. Tony Marvel Legends Fanatic is also here. Super Tech Dustin may stop by a little bit later. No problem there. Dan, how's it going?
Dan,
we got
Marino,
G-Force.
The legend.
Oh yeah.
G-Force, what's up?
Yeah, we got G-Force. Robert Seeley is in here as well. CT Fulcrum, nice to see you. Lots of people.
Point out that we're at
Great
100
comment.
people in the chat or watching right now, and it's been 6 minutes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So hopefully, smash like, everyone. Smash like.
Like, subscribe.
In that algorithm. Let's get in that algorithm, baby. Let's get it.
But of course, we've got Tomas Norski, straight out of Coruscant, is here as well.
Great name.
Jonathan Anderson is here.
Yo.
And
my mom's here.
Yep. We got
What's
Justin's mom. My mom as well, right, Justin? Fabulous Disaster.
We
nice
are brothers.
To see you there. Yeah.
JK.
Riley Cross. Thank you for tuning in today. Nice to see you. All right. Let's see.
Brent
Anyone
Dozerman?
else new? Yep. Brent Dozerman. There we go.
Thank you, Brent.
Gilster, the legend himself.
Gilster.
Billy boy.
We also got Mark Karpf in here as well. How you doing, Mark? Nice to see you. We got Rena in here as well. Hello, Rena.
Our resident verified YouTube account.
Yeah, no kidding.
Popping in there.
Yeah, she got mad subscribers.
Markland.
Markland, nice to see you there. Richard Truxell, how's it going?
What's up, Mark?
Mark, how's it going? Nice to see everyone today. Gamer Zone, how you doing? Nathaniel. How is it going? Got to catch the stream with Zach. Been binging Black Series Cantina Pot. Nice.
Good show.
It is a great show. It really is. Psycho Emerald is here as well. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Tim Long. Whew, there are so many people here.
I can't believe it. It's been 8 minutes. We're at 113.
Yeah, Tim,
smashing records.
Nice to see you. I
did just post something on my Instagram story saying we're live now, so hopefully people see that and come over.
Nice.
We got Brendan.
Brendan, how's it going?
What's up, Richard?
Good GG's on Halo last night. GG's on Halo.
GG's all around.
Yeah. Richard, we got Rex here. Hi, guys. Can't stay. Just wanted to say howdy. Howdy. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. HoloNet, how's it going? Norski watched Venom 2 today, and it sucked. Yeah, I could. Not surprising, honestly.
There will be carnage.
I thought Venom 1 was pretty bad, but we save the MCU Marvel stuff for after 2 hours, right? Rye, how's it going?
Sounds like a plan.
We've also got the Poodoo Room. Happy Sunday, dwellers. BA. Logan Scott is here as well. Woo. We got Goji King. Rancor's on everyone's mind right now. Absolutely.
Rancor.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about it. We're definitely going to talk about it. Gentugo, nice to see you there. Froylan, Bobster, Mitch Allen, Fro Buffett,
Mr. Jetster.
I love Mr. all these Jetster. Names. It's awesome.
A Blaze Scorpion. We've also got Zavi 16 in here. Section 7 Century. I'm awake for this one. What's up? It's a nice rainy, cold day.
Yeah, I had to turn my light
inside.
I might even need to freaking turn this up a little bit. It's so dark out.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to be pouring rain today, but when I walked outside, I was like, oh, I guess this is the plot twist of Northwest Indiana. You never know what you're going to get weather-wise. We got Kyle in here as well. Darth Clueless, Matacron.
Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's a bold statement.
That is a very bold statement, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
Hey,
so
Black Series Cantina comes in at a close number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Black Series Cantina is awesome. Can't recommend it enough, guys. Honestly, if you haven't checked it out, it's a great podcast.
Appreciate it.
David Weber, lurking in Orlando. Perfect place to be lurking.
Yeah, especially right now.
And then finally, let's see here. We've got Action Figure Podcast, the Thor 2941.
Good.
And I think that is everyone. We are actually caught up in the chat. So thank you so much to everyone tuning in so far.
We're at 121 viewers right now with only 58 likes. So let's get that.
Like and subscribe, everybody.
Push us in that algo. We need about 4,000 people to back the Rancor right now.
We're also dangerously close to 8,000 subscribers too. So if you're new here, make sure you press that subscribe button too. We're only like 30 subscribers away from 8K.
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that. I was kind of hoping we would hit it for the stream, but 30 to go. So next stream we should be at 8K finally.
There you go.
Right. Hey, thanks Eddie from Outer Space.
Thank you.
Says they're real jerks around just hating on the Rancor and the Black Series in general, but there are valid criticisms too. Completely agreed. Completely,
there are very legitimate reasons to not back the Rancor.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the outrage and the loud noise is from people who are never going to get it in the first place. Yeah. I wholeheartedly think that. But we'll get into that later. So we have a few super chats right off the bat to get into.
Let's go. Keep them coming.
Fig Fairy. Keep them coming. Fig Fairy Todd with his weekly crisp Andrew Jackson, right, on the 20. How long has Zach been collecting Black Series for? Also looking forward towards the Rancor and new Black Series news with my bros. Well, thank you, Fig. And Eddie, for your channel support. It means the world to us.
Yep.
It'll forever blow my mind that people sacrifice their Sunday time and send us money.
Yep. And I guess I'll answer the question real quick, just to give a brief introduction, I guess. So I started collecting the Black Series whenever Wave 2 of the Orange line came out. So way back in the day. I'm one of the original collectors, I guess you'd say. I did get out of the line a little bit around the time The Last Jedi came out, when those figures were coming out, because I kind of sold some stuff to fund some Hot Toys, which is why I have this Darth Vader right there. I had a Kylo Ren from Force Awakens Hot Toys, but then I was like, then Hasbro started using the better face printing technology. So it drew me back in, and I was like, I have to get back in the Black Series. I can't just buy like a couple figures I like. I have to start getting them all. So I sold the Force Awakens Kylo Ren Hot Toys, and ever since then I've been completely back in. So so original, I was way back in the day, original collector, and then took a brief break, and then they reeled me right back in. So I wasn't gone too long.
Nice. But you definitely missed out on the absolute dark ages of the Black Series. So
yeah, that's when I kind of took a break, So I didn't miss the worst. If I was missing now with all the great figures that are coming out now, that would
right.
And that's something we always kind of bring up, is that this is all just what I think. I don't know fact, but I feel like a lot of like the modern outrage people might not have been collecting back in 2016, 17. And, maybe they weren't there. It's a point we always bring up, so I won't dwell on it too much. But like the Black Series, from today's standards, the line kind of used to like suck at one point, like especially those red and black box, like the first few waves.
Yeah,
we do. But thank you for your channel support. Let me play a little clip for both of yous. Just 1 second. Here we go.
We can pay you 2,000 now, plus 15 when we reach Alderaan.
17. Okay, you guys got yourselves a ship.
Thank you, guys. We also have a few more new people in here. Jazzy35K, what's up, guys, from the UK. Joseph Bet, I don't think we said hi to. Not Obi-Wan. Hello there.
Hello there.
Hey, Archer Toy Hunting Photographer, what's up? And Salty Trees, what's up? Greetings.
Nice. All right. So, yeah, I guess in addition to that, Zach, I always do like to ask everyone too, is what is your favorite Black Series figure?
I should have prepared for this. That's such a good question. The ones that come to mind real fast are the Gamorrean guard figure, which I know is in the news these days and people are hating.
Oh no!
But it's such a good figure.
Yeah.
It is.
I love that figure. The newest Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi has to be up there for me as favorite. And I want to find something from, of course, the SDCC Boba Fett sitting right up there. I don't know if you can, it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to think of something that's older. That's one of my favorites. I really love I'm trying to think. The Greedo figure is really awesome. I thought Hasbro's always done a good job with aliens. But I might have to go. I might have to go with the newest Clone Wars Obi-Wan personally. I just love that figure so much.
That's definitely going on the top 10 of this year.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's literally in arm's reach right now for me.
There you go. It's such a good one. And honorable mention, the both Darth Vader, the New Hope version, and the Empire Strikes Back version is top notch. It literally looks like a mini version of my Hot Toys that I had, and a mini version of that helmet is just sitting on it. The sculpt on it's so perfect. I just love that one too.
That's a fantastic one as well.
And that Darth Vader was such a secret banger at the time too, because just no one knew how much new stuff was included on that figure.
Yeah.
And that is one of the standouts of the line. But yeah, so I mean, it's interesting that you took a break during the Dark Ages. Were you collecting anything else at that time, like outside of Star Wars?
Let's see. I'll grab this. Some Game of Thrones Funko Pops. I got really into those whenever Game of Thrones was kind of at its height.
Right.
And I've got some like super rare ones of those, so that's cool. But for Star Wars, it was mostly just like if I found anything cool, I would buy it, you know. But I didn't. I still bought some Black Series figures, but I wasn't gonna buy every single thing, you know, like I do now.
Right.
And I did pass on some things here and then, you know, even currently. But I didn't follow it as much. But I would always check in the store to see what they had. But I was mostly just trying to get a couple Hot Toys, and that was it. But then I was like, that's just too much money. I'd rather have 5 figures instead of this, you know, 12-inch tall Kylo Ren or whatever it is. So,
right. Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, respect to every Hot Toy collector out there, but I just think they just take up too much real estate. You know, there's obviously they're 12-inch figures. Some of them come with bases and all sorts of crazy stuff to display them with. So it's just too much. There's too much.
And I like world building stuff.
Right.
Like Hot Toys is essentially for like display purpose only, which Black Series kind of is, but like I like the world building stuff, like when we got the bar or like the snow speeder, stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of hypocritical because TVC is for the world building stuff, but I prefer just the 6-inch line.
Yeah, there's stuff that the Black Series can do though to world build a little. Like I feel like it's ridiculous that we haven't gotten. It's like the Hot Toys Vader there. It has the base with where he stands on, where him and Luke fight. That can be made so easily for 6-inch Black Series. Just a little strip from Cloud City that they fight on.
Yeah,
right.
That could be, and I think Lance Spader Luke on Instagram, he has a 3D version you can buy in print, and it looks amazing if you're able to paint it good. But I feel like that's so easy for Hasbro to do. But there's just small stuff like that they just won't do. Like it took us this long to get a Cantina bar, you know, and you only get a little, you know, 4-inch strip.
Yeah,
you know, you get a fourth of it, right? Because you have to buy 4 of them to wrap it all the way around.
Yeah, there's a little gray area with that because the actual bar in the Cantina is an unfinished oval. Like the sides just go into the wall. I think to make that effect, you need 2, but obviously you couldn't even buy 2 if you wanted.
Exactly. That was the whole.
Yeah. Here's the hoping they still have something up their sleeves to give us like another half of the Cantina, maybe offer a couple more aliens or something like that.
Right.
But you know what's funny about the diorama thing is like, remember when they randomly like dipped their toes and did the weird like centerpiece line?
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be like you could mix your Black Series figures with into like those displays. It was just such a. It was so.
They're not toys, you know.
Yeah,
they're not toys, they're statues. They're Black Series statues, which I thought was kind of a weird, mix up.
Right.
There have been tons of like weird little Black Series experiments that they've done, like the centerpieces or those deluxe ones where it was like the Kylo that came with the metal helmet and the metal hilt. And like there was the Old Man Luke and the Rey one, and then there was like at one point they included like the Dorito stands. And then they just stopped including, like, there's just been a lot of like these weird little failed Black Series experiments. But we do have some news to go over, just some light news, mainly from yakface.com. So let's take a gander here. Of course. So I saw someone in the chat earlier ask about Wave 31, and if you don't know it, they're all available on Dorkside Toys. These figures haven't been officially announced, right? At least the Fennec.
I think they're actually sold out now on Dorkside.
Okay.
Yeah,
makes sense. But if you do have a Dorkside pre-order, we do have a bit of an update for that as well. But yeah, there was a new article today from yakface.com. New Black Series hitting California. So let's see here. Long Beach, Gardena, San Diego, and Fullerton. Oh, okay. So if you're in the Golden State, you may want to start hitting stores today to try your luck. And there's just a whole bunch of, like, just imagine finding this on pegs.
I know. It's insane.
Yeah. Super.
I want that trooper. I want that bib.
But, though, I will say it is kind of nice because I've been hawking Target all week long, hoping to find Wave 31. But it is actually pretty nice that I've seen the Casca Tech Wave fairly regularly. And I actually did find a Casca in store. So I was like, wow, I'm happy to, even though those figures are old now, it's nice to see them anyway in store.
Yeah. Markland, to answer your question, I personally haven't seen anything about East Coast, but it's not just West Coast, because our fellow YouTuber Skywalker Hendricks actually found all of them in the wild, and he lives maybe, I don't know, I think he's made it known before, but the Wisconsin/Minnesota area, and he secured the entire way. I think he went to like one or two Targets.
I think Canada's getting these two right now, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, the great thing about Minnesota is that the Target headquarters is there. So there's literally a Target like everywhere, especially around the Twin Cities. And so it's been found up north in that area. And it's also been found in Texas, I know. So down south a little bit. But yeah, mainly West Coast. I have no idea like how this stuff comes out.
Yeah, I think it's mainly in California right now, and then a little bit of, it looks like that central, top of the central area, and then Canada. I don't know about overseas for these yet, as far as like the UK goes. I know they're getting they're also getting the Jet Trooper Clone Wars right now. Canada and overseas are.
Yeah, Papa Gord got his.
But yeah, Fennec Shand literally Hasbro literally hasn't even announced Fennec Shand yet. I don't think they've officially announced the Ponda Baba and Evazan in this package. But they've made it known they were coming, but they've never revealed them, I don't think.
Yeah, it's crazy that they just don't go, okay, Fennec Shand is coming out. Here's the promo pictures. But as a reminder to everyone out there too, this is a standard wave. So I've seen some horrifying eBay sold listings, Mercari sold listings of people paying like
150 plus. For bib.
50 for bib or Fennec. Don't do that. It's a standard. Yeah, they're coming. It's a standard wave. Just have a little patience. They will be available for pre-order eventually at all other websites. For some reason, Dorkside, put their pre-orders up early, and we might even have a slight update via Yakface, right, Justin?
Right. I'm seeing a rainbow in the chat right now, so we need to address this. We have a super chat from Eddie again. They could do wall/floor panels for the 1/12 scale figures. Wouldn't hurt them. I would love to do that. The kind of how the Imperial, like the Death Star and the Star Destroyers, the floor is like that glossy black. I would love to get something like that. You could custom make them really easily with glass and then a black sheet under it and kind of create that effect. But I would be down for them to start doing like dios, and I think they're just afraid because the vehicles and stuff like that might not, sell well, as we've seen with like
they always go to clearance.
And the TIE Fighter, especially the TIE Fighter.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I agree. Regardless, thank you for the super chat. I believe that's
thank you.
euros or pounds. I always forget the curved E with the 2 dashes. They're very similar logos.
That's never mind. I don't want to say. I don't want to sound stupid.
It's money regardless. And then we have a $2 or a 2 foreign currency, either euro or pound, from Steve. Just wanted to say we need a teak in the Black Series. That is a super deep cut because that's like the one alien that's like not an Ewok, but it's in the Endor sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, of course. I love new figures. I love creatures, and I'll take anything.
Yeah, I believe that creature is from one of the Ewok movies.
Oh,
I would imagine so.
Okay, I thought it was in the background of the actual movie. I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about, Steve. And sure, 100%. We do have a new channel member, Rena. Thank you. Now you can use those cool custom emojis that we have, and you should have the channel membership badge next to your name. So that'll be cool to see. Thank you. For only 99 cents a month, mind you, for anyone who's wondering. Link in the description.
It's cheap.
And a star, $9.99 USD. I don't really have a question, but a comment. I've been following this channel for a while and have seen the growth and popularity that you have lately received. Keep up the good work, guys. Bring Bucky back. One of these days, we're gonna get him back on the stream.
Yep,
we're gonna get him back.
He's not gone anywhere. He's doing just fine. He's visiting his family today down in southern Indiana. So
hey, don't say it like that. I'm from Louisville. We're like right across the bridge. You take that back.
I take nothing back.
Yeah,
hey,
literally,
I do wear shoes. All right, I do wear shoes. Being in Kentucky, in Louisville at least. Other parts of Kentucky, I can't comment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my dad's family is from the Kentucky area, and they are some serious hillbillies. Love you guys, but some serious hillbillies.
Hey, if you're ever down, we can meet up, grab a bite to eat.
It's funny whenever we travel south. I always forget that the largest stretch of land is actually Indiana because it's so long. So it's just such a long drive. But thank you, everyone, for the channel support. That's obviously incredibly appreciated. We have 156 people watching us right now. Smash that like, get us in the algorithm. You already know what it is. Now on to this Dorkside news update from Yak. He also claims that Dorkside is getting their Wave 31 stock inventory next week. So if you pre-ordered from Dorkside, you may or may not be getting them far sooner than expected. Because if you did order from Dorkside, you missed it?
I missed the Dorkside pre-order, yeah.
Oh, man. Because it originally said, I think, March of 2022. And like I said, according to Yak, they are apparently getting their stock in next week.
How does Hasbro Pulse not have these yet if Dorkside has them?
Right. Like,
it's just so confusing to me. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Hasbro just makes the weirdest decisions sometimes.
Especially that Dorkside, obviously they put up the pre-orders. There's no pictures of the figures officially. So it's just blank images. And it's weird that only Dorkside put up their pre-orders. So
what's up, Sean?
Like I'm trying to wrap my head around like why or how, but like, I mean, it's not like, I would expect Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, all the other big toy websites to follow suit, like, almost right away. But yeah, it's been like a week or so and no other pre-orders have gone up. And now Yakface saying that the pre-orders might be coming as early as next week is going to be insane. Yeah. I got a case pre-order in.
What's up, dude?
I don't need. What's up, dude? I don't need Honda or Dr. Evazan because obviously I have the Cantina set, but I just figured it would be easier and probably quicker if I just went for the full. Yeah. Just went for the full case, so I could.
That way they'll get it. They'll just slap your label on there and then keep it moving.
Right, and then I'm just gonna, sell those at cost to someone, whoever wants a Panda and a Dr. Evazan, because I don't need two of them.
Right. Yeah. Psycho Emerald, real quick. Absolutely. It's seriously such an upgrade, and it will be on the top 10 of 2021 for sure.
Yeah.
Compared to the Empire Strikes Back version.
I voted in your best articulation poll, and I voted for the Return of the Jedi, the Deluxe Boba Fett, and it had like 51% of the vote, even since there was like five or six other options or something, 4 other options.
Yeah.
And it had half the vote itself, so it's one of the best.
I was a little shocked that Boba Fett is so just completely blew every other figure option we had out of the water on that poll.
Because Q9 is fantastic. I think I voted on my personal account. I can't remember if I did Q9 or Artillery Stormtrooper. Those would have been my personal. But since Boba Fett is such an improvement, I can totally see why that's the overwhelming.
It's just so smooth.
Yeah.
It's just something about it is it just feels good to move the joints on it and all that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Riley. Thank you. Canadian dollars. Hey.
There you
Cheers,
go.
boys. We'll definitely sub to the Black Series Cantina podcast. Need more content. If I'm sure you know Mike K. So if you're subscribed to his channel, that's where it's on. Or if you mean podcast apps, you could do that.
Subscribe to his YouTube. Follow me on Instagram for updates whenever we record and whenever it posted. And then also subscribe to the podcast version on whatever podcast app you use if you want to listen to it at work.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, Riley.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Kind of going back to the dork side thing, I pre-ordered the single figures because similar to Nate, I didn't need Panda or Dr. Evazan, and I didn't feel like ordering the whole case, so I just did it piece by piece. And I guess we'll see if maybe I'll get them the same time or a little later. What about the Leia? Did you order the card version, or are you gonna get the Galaxy packaging?
That's what I'm doing too.
Yeah.
I appreciate you calling it the Galaxy packaging too, because I've been really pushing that.
Yeah, I don't know who started that, because I don't think Hasbro ever officially called it the Galaxy packaging.
No, because in one of their Q&A sessions with the fans, the fan channels, somebody asked what they're calling the packaging. He said, "We're open to suggestions," and I'm just screaming, "Call it the Galaxy line." It just makes sense.
I think Action Figure 411 has them listed as Galaxy packaging.
Yeah, it just makes so much sense.
Yeah,
it covers the entire galaxy.
Yep, it's a nice appropriate name.
Yeah, it's just easy to say. It makes sense.
Paul's kind of.
We got Sean Solo in the chat as well. What's up, Sean?
What's up, Sean?
Nice to see you in here.
Paul's kind of shocked me. Artillery Trooper is awesome, but I get it. People practically look at that figure and it is technically just a re-release of the 2020 Stormtrooper, so I can see why people would pick Boba over the Artillery Trooper, but
because you're pretty much voting for a figure from 2020 though.
Right, exactly. But I
why
thought
not the Incinerator Trooper?
Yeah.
What do you have against that one, huh?
Well, the Incinerator, I believe, was actually 2020.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
I think so. But I thought Bo-Katan was going to be up a lot higher because
butterfly joints on a smaller female character truly makes a world of difference. We're huge fans of butterfly joints.
That was the one. It was either the Boba Fett or the Bo-Katan for me. Why not Costco Reeves though?
Yeah, true.
Well, we asked our Discord.
Okay.
The options for the vote are from the Discord. The Discord just basically lists them out, and I'm like, all right, those are they're kind of like the Academy. They select the options because last year
came out first, anyways.
Yeah, last year we tried to tally up votes just off of comments on a video, and I was like, like
literally. I just found that piece of paper with all my tally marks on it, and it was literally a front and back piece of paper, just a million tallies.
I could not imagine.
Yeah, I
salute you for doing that.
We were just like, we got to think of something better to do. So this is kind of like what we ended up doing, and I think it makes a lot of sense and eliminates the random one figure that gets one vote just because someone was like, I like this one the most. But I wanted to address Star Wars Nerd said, question, smart to pre-order Dr. Evazan and Ponda Baba for $50. $50, like 25 and 25, not horrible. Hopefully. But 50 and 50, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah. Don't do that.
Also depends on, well, I guess you use the money symbol for USD, so you're in the US, I'm assuming. So
yeah.
And then again, Hey Archer, they never made a Star Killer, although they might, because they're making that Imperial Senate Guard, so maybe that means, wishful thinking.
Well, they have to kit bash in order to get it in the Game of Greats line. So what can they kit bash to make him?
That's true,
right? Well, that's
the only concern. But then they'd have to make a new face for it, and I'm just like, I don't think they'll do it for an old game.
Him. I'm torn on Star Killer because I don't think it's a figure that deserves to be in the Gaming Greats line. It's a character and a figure that needs like its own 100% brand new figure, unless eventually we get to that point where they start giving a little bit more budget to the Gaming Greats, like we've kind of already seen, where we'll get a new head or a new weapon or some very minor
tooling,
small tooling
because
stuff.
They don't go over, like, they don't put a lot new into the Gaming Greats whenever they do. It's just something thrown in, like something small thrown in here and there.
Yeah. Also, thank you for another super chat, Eddie. Where's the Paploo figure from the Heroes of Endor box set? It'll probably come for the 40th of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, vintage card back, calling it.
I don't think they would keep it locked behind the Heroes of Endor set, and I agree with that. I don't like when figures are locked behind this huge paywall. I'm actually a fan of not making things exclusive to very expensive sets.
Yeah, he'll come for the 40th anniversary for sure.
Yeah, Riley, if you mean our vote, this Thursday will probably be like best paint / details. Maybe. I think we're gonna skip best articulation this year because it would just be limited to the deluxe sets that have come out. So like no standard figure would stand a chance. So I'm like, we might just skip best accessories. But anyway, we do have a little bit more news. So yeah, keep checking your targets if you're out here. If you pre-ordered from Dorkside, we might be getting them very, very soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed for that.
I check BrickSeek daily for my targets.
Yeah. So what do you use? The DPCI or?
So for the standard waves, they're all the same number. So I use BrickSeek and Pop Finder, which hasn't been working lately, but BrickSeek works pretty good in my area anyways. So you take, the 8467, you take that, and then you put it in a BrickSeek, and then you put your zip code in, and then you pick target, and then it'll tell you it'll say they have 8 of them. And if they have 8, and then you go there, and they might have 6 when you get there, 5, because it might take a little bit to update. But that's what I do.
I don't know if it just doesn't work in our area, but it always just says like
not
failed
found.
Or like no results. Really? Yeah,
it works pretty good for my area, especially when I was hunting down the what was it, the archive line stuff. That's why I was able to find those. I would recommend it to people who don't necessarily want to drive to all their targets all the time.
Yeah, for sure. That's how I found the archive. Or Nate, you actually told me you used BrickSeek, I think, and then you sent me like it's in Portage or somehow that happened. So, all right, use that DPCI.
Yep, that face mask release is insanely clutch.
Oh,
it's amazing.
It definitely is. So we do have this Black Series Clone Wars General Grievous in-hand shot from this Instagram user, Juan Wang Yi. looks incredible.
Yeah.
It's obviously a repaint. We've seen like the one promo pic, so this is the first time we're seeing it like in hand. I'm assuming this person is just going to keep it on card, or else we would have saw some out of box photos. But if I saw that, I might even be tempted to keep that on card.
Let me give a live update because I actually tagged him in the post.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he hasn't posted anything. No pictures of it out of the packaging. So looks like I guess he might keep it on card. Maybe I'll message him. Let's see.
Yeah, that honestly, yeah, I think it's going to be really hard to open Grievous. Just taking a look at how it is in the package, and
I ordered 2,
and
one to open, one to keep.
Nice. Yeah, I only ended up getting 1 for whatever reason, but I'm like, because I know I'm going to be disappointed in the Grievous figure because it's just a repaint. It's not like they're going to fix the joint issues or anything like that with the figure.
Or the scale issue.
Right, or the scale issue. So I'm like, do I even want to bother opening it? I suppose since it's coming from Walmart, if it comes and it's destroyed, yeah, I'll probably open it. But
right.
So my hack for Walmart is I always order 2, even if I don't want a second one, and then I give it to somebody for retail plus shipping if I don't want to keep it. Because if you order from Walmart and you order 1, and Amazon, it is for Amazon too. If you order 1, there's a pretty like a 40% chance they're going to put it in a bubbled bag and then mail it to you. But if you order 2, they always have to put it in a box. So at least it comes in a box, and they might throw in some bubble wrap, or not bubble wrap, the air bubble things.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the hack I do. So I would recommend that for people, because if you don't want the second one, at least it's guaranteed to come nice, and you can pick the best one and then give the other one to somebody for retail plus shipping who missed it. So it's kind of the way I help out a little bit, myself and others.
Yeah, nice. I honestly usually have pretty good luck with Walmart, but except for Captain Rex, the Bad Batch Captain Rex came in a plastic bag, so I got mega wrecked. But they shipped my Casca in a box all by herself, which I was shocked when that happened.
The Bad Batch Shock Trooper, I ordered 2 of those from Walmart, and one of them, they both came in a box, but separate boxes with 2 different shipping companies. One was FedEx and the other was some local shipping company. So really confusing why they didn't just throw both of them in the box. But it seems like it's more expensive on their part to do 2 different companies, 2 different boxes, same address, same day. It was wild, but I don't make those decisions, so I have no idea what I'm talking about, I guess.
Yeah, I can't wait to see some in-hand shots of the ARC Trooper and the Mace, because I think those both look pretty good as well. Regardless of the inaccuracies of the model for Captain Fordo from the 2D series, I still think it just works well as like a realistic Phase 1 ARC Trooper that's red. I know some people there's some divisiveness behind that because the TVC one looks like the 2D Micro Series one, but I don't know. Black Series has always been about like a realistic interpretation or whatever. I think it looks cool. So I can't wait to, and that's actually the only one I'm getting out of this wave. I couldn't secure the Grievous or the Mace. I don't even think I tried, honestly. So
yeah, I was gonna say I know you. I distinctly remember you not trying, because I secured the ARC Trooper for you, because I did 2 ARC Troopers and then I just did 1 Mace, 1 Grievous.
Well, maybe it's because I had to save up for.
There we go.
Yeah. The elephant in the room, the Rancor in the room. 483.
All right, what's our live update right now? What are we at? Okay, there we go. Back the Rancor, everybody. Back the Rancor.
They actually added this photo.
Oh, that's
because they didn't add the picture. I'm like, you guys need to add the picture. Like, spread the freaking word. Like, get it out there.
They listen to you specifically. You have more influence to Hasbro than any of us, than anybody.
Oh, good gravy. So yeah, how are you guys feeling? We have 1 day and 9 hours, 15 minutes. What are you guys' thoughts? What's going on? How are you feeling?
Nate, you wanna take this first, or you?
I'm feeling a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling a little nervous about it. However, I'm still trying to keep in mind that the international orders haven't been added yet, as far as I understand.
Yeah, I don't know, because that's a claim that Mike has made on the podcast and on our stream when he was on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, when exactly will that happen? I don't know.
So I think what it is, I believe, what is it? The UK, Canada. I think those are in, but there's a lot of other countries around the world that orders aren't in yet, and that could be like Australia and just like some of those other countries, like around the UK and like in Europe, just like that.
They go through like they have to go through third party.
Yeah,
companies.
And then also, I don't think that, or he doesn't think that like the Big Bad Toy Store and like Entertainment Earth and those companies have made their orders yet. He said those usually come in right at the end.
Yeah.
So, and he's followed all the other HasLabs, and I have not, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, at exactly 66 minutes left, Rancor hits all tier unlocks and gets funded.
Let's do it.
You could go ahead, Nate. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I was feeling very confident throughout the week, but then once we got down to like the 5-ish day mark, which was, I believe, when Galactus got funded, that's when I started to sweat a little bit, because we are getting dangerously close to the deadline with, seemingly 3,500 pledges needed before it is backed.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna happen, but as far as the tiers go, I'm not sure if we're gonna get any. But yeah, what do you guys think?
Well, Justin, do you want to take it, or?
I just want to make a point that people, so like, I don't know if I have ever been as hyped for anything like action figure related that night when I saw, because Nate was actually recording a video. It was like a Big Bad Toy Store loot unboxing, like pile of loot unboxing. And I was just chilling because we were using my camera and everything. And I saw on the Hasbro Pulse, like I opened up Instagram and I thought it was fake. I was like, there's no way this is real, until I realized it came from the Hasbro Pulse verified account. I was like, what? Like, this is insane. I interrupted Nate recording and I was like, check this out. Like, it was insane. I was so hyped because Hasbro was listening not only to the outrage, but we also, like, I have some bones to pick with some comments that we got on that video, because yes, the only reason they added Malakili is because of the numbers were not where they wanted, because it was literally moving backwards. The outrage, but we were also asking. We also said multiple times, like, we would love to have a Malakili. And I know it's like we were backing it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But people were acting like I need to like get down on my knees and kiss the feet of the people who were like miserable about the Rancor. And it's like, we only have them to thank. But they don't get anything out of it. It only positively affects the backers, me, and the people who will choose to. And if people want to, hold the line and demand more things, go right ahead. Like, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you only get something out of it if you back the Rancor when it comes to this Malakili. And I was so hyped. I was so unbelievably hyped. And then the next day when we actually, because we scrapped that Big Bad Toy Store video and created the new, like the one that we uploaded literally the next morning. Because I was like, we're going to be the first channel to talk about this. We got to make it, like, we got to get this out here. And the comments were just, I should have known better. I should have known that a newly tooled figure included as, you know, a base inclusion would be spun into this negative light. And we would have to pivot and like change what we were saying this entire time. And that's why I feel like it all comes down to like people who were just, they weren't going to get it in the first place. Because now, because I wholeheartedly believe if Malakili would have been a base inclusion at the very beginning, this would have already been backed. And I don't know. We do have some super chats. Eddie again. Hasbro has two options. One, extend the campaign by another 45 days to reboot with rework tiers at a later date.
The extension will happen most likely, but I doubt they'll rework the tiers.
Yeah. You guys hear my dog barking?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to mute for a second.
Okay. So I guess I'll go ahead and give my thoughts on the Rancor. And just to jump off his point, people can't have it both ways. You can't demand that they add Malakili and then make fun of Hasbro saying, "Oh, they added it last minute. I'm still not backing it because it's such a sloppy campaign." What were you asking for? They're not. They were never going to make an Ula. Like that was never realistic. They literally have to go through Disney. That's not going to happen. She's a slave and wears chains. You know, Disney is not going to let them make that. Like we just have to face that fact. My issue with a lot of the people, and it is sort of Hasbro's fault, and I've kind of been hammering this point home on Black Series Cantina. The official pictures they put out, like that picture, if he were to scroll up, the one on the top bar, and you can't see the claws in that one, but the claws aren't painted at all, and it makes it look a little cheap. But the one in hand that they had, the claws look so good, and they look used and dirty. It looks like he's been living, you know, in dirt, and people just aren't looking at that because they haven't released those pictures to like the mass public for some reason. You can really only see it in the stream. So it's just unfortunate. But Thursday when we recorded Black Series Cantina, I was at like an 8 or a 9. Now, if they don't extend it, it's not looking too great. But I'm still at like a 6 or a 7 that it'll get back just to the basic 9,000. I don't think we're gonna get 11 at all, and definitely not tier 2.
Yeah, I was at least hoping to get them bones, but
the bones,
it's. I mean, I understand that, you know, there is the argument that a lot of people were like, well, I already, you know, went ahead and spent the money that I was setting aside for this Rancor. So it's like, you know, they already were like, well, I'm not going to get this because they're not doing the Rancor Keeper, whatever. And then, if, you know, when they reveal the Rancor Keeper with 5 days to go left, it's like, I can understand that argument, but I mean, I guess we should have all just waited to see what was going to happen.
And what was I about to say on this?
Thank you, H-Town, right?
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
I think, and I brought this up on the newest episode of Black Series Cantina. I've always kind of thought they were going to add a 5th surprise one, and the Rancor Keeper was going to be it. So I think they're just saving face. I feel like this was going to be like a surprise 23 or 24,000 backer, and they're bringing it in to save face, and then try to get it up to 9 and save the money they've already, or make back the money that they've already spent, you know, in the production for this, like marketing and on all the prototypes and all that. I just really hope it gets to 9. I really want the Rancor.
Right.
I don't know exactly what you guys are saying, but to finish my point, it totally killed my mood the next day after the response. It's like I should have known better that it would still be cast in such a negative light. And I'm sure you guys have heard of like the retro blasting video where he is imploring people to hold the line. And like that's perfectly fine. I'm not hating on anyone who's doing that, but I don't think Ula, like, I mean, it has 1 day left. Like, I think it's safe to say that there's not going to be a surprise Ula.
I mean, Ula was never going to be added. Like, if we just think about the current like, state of like our country and all that, I just don't think Disney would allow that to happen. Because you look at her wardrobe and what she was used for in the movie. Number one, she was in it for a couple seconds, and it would be great to have her. But I just don't think Disney would allow that to happen.
Well, someone had mentioned earlier in the chat that they're making an Ayla Sakura figure, so they should be able to make an Ula figure. I honestly don't think it's like a skimpy thing. Like it's like
not a
Disney likes to pretend that they're like this super ultra progressive inclusive, but when they see those dollar signs, they bend the knee to whatever moral superiority. I mean, we saw that in the sequel trilogy with what they did to Finn for the sake of China. Like they're not they see those dollar signs. Like if I think they just didn't want to do because it would have to be a newly tooled figure, and it's like, oh, I mean, I have no idea, but maybe the budget only allowed for like a couple newly tooled figures, so they decided to go with the Luke, and they probably had Malakili like up their sleeve as like an emergency option.
Like a 23,000, if we get to 23, like a surprise at the end. That's kind of my theory on that.
Yeah, but the fact that it's now a base inclusion, I thought that was going to be like, I was like, oh my god, like they're doing it, like this is the saving grace. Like I thought the reaction was going to be far more positive, but it was still spun in such a negative light. Like it's just damage control, which like regardless of damage control,
like what's the difference?
It's still a positive. It still positively affects the backers and the people who choose to back it in the next day and 9 hours. So I think people just have the idea that we're hating on people who are not backing the Rancor, which is like the complete opposite of all these points that we made from the stream with Mike to any of our solo videos that we've done about it. Like you don't have to justify why you're not getting it. But we have a problem with the way that some people go about with their negative criticism.
Yeah, there's some people that have literally started campaigns against the Rancor HasLab. Like, Yak Face with the no Ula, no Mula.
Yeah, which
and everybody's saying hold the line.
Well, and we're just not, like, it's like a crusade of, like, it's like a Lord of the Rings, like, Ride of the Rohan, like, people chanting death. Like
it's literally
I'm just
a toy.
Not into it to that extent.
Yeah, like it's literally a toy. You don't need to like people are protesting against this like it's a social justice issue. Like we've had protests all through 2020. Those are real protests. This shouldn't be something you protest against. It's literally them releasing a toy. Like they're protesting in my comments all the time. I think. And it's good engagement, controversy is good engagement. But I posted that you can get that Gentle Giant statue for like $850 to $1,200 on Amazon or eBay. And there's like over 200 comments on that, just people going off. I'm like, oh, hold the line, yada, yada, yada. Like the HasLab Rancor looks terrible, yada, yada, yada. Like you don't need to personally attack people who want to back this. And I think we've mentioned on Battlefield Cantina, negativity is always louder than positivity. Like, look, there's almost 5,500 people that are backing this. There's not 5,500 comments on my Instagram page screaming about how much they love it, but there's 200 people screaming how much they hate it. So negativity is always louder. So it is what it is, I guess.
Another point I would like to dispute is that people were claiming in that video, like the Malakili is included as a base inclusion. People are saying like that we were guilty of having FOMO, and it's like we've backed it since day one. FOMO is when you're like so unsure about something. It's like you buy it last minute, and because self-explanatory, the fear of missing out. But it's not FOMO. Like we've backed it from day one, and.
Hey, I backed it as soon as Patrick let it slip. I was like, "Yep, I'm buying that day one when it comes out." Like I backed it before you were able to back it, pretty much in my mind. So,
like, it's not even the people who buy it this last day. That happens all the time with HasLabs. People choose on the final day because it could be like I'm just waiting until the last day, or they think it charges before, which it doesn't, and maybe that's the reason. Like. I don't like painting everyone with the brush of FOMO, because FOMO is like a specific thing. To me, FOMO is like when you are personally unsure of buying something or not, and then you end up doing it at the last second.
Can I jump in for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we have people in the chat just put yes or no if they're backing the Rancor? Just everybody either say yes or no. I can't see the chat, but you all can tell me. Just everybody put yes or no. And can you also on the screen go to the picture, like the bar picture at the top? Can you find that picture? Is that picture on one of the ones they have available for it? Because where the claws
Which
are
picture?
really. Go through some of the pictures on that where the claws aren't dirty at all.
Oh, are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw you post about this because the
it's a point I've been hammering home. So yeah, you can just look at his toes right there on some of these. The one in hand they had looks so much better. But there's one of them.
I saw your post about that. Like,
yeah, look how clean those are. Like, look how clean those toes are. That's not the final product, and people need to realize that. Too many people don't realize that's not the final product. Now, is there a way we can look at the in-hand version?
I honestly, I know on their Pulse page they do not, which
look at how clean
adds
those
to
claws
like the
are.
mismarketing of this whole thing.
Exactly.
Right.
The claws are super dirty in the in-hand version, so people aren't realizing because Hasbro hasn't put those up that it looks so much better than those initial pictures. I wish they could have had the claw, like I guess the one that had in hand for those pictures, but I guess it just wasn't ready yet. Right. But a lot of people don't realize how much better it looks now, and they're basing because people are attacking the paint, like the people who design and work on this personally, and I just haven't been standing for that. Like you need to actually go look at the in-hand version, and that's what you need to base your judgment on, because it looks freaking amazing. And people who say it looks terrible are wrong because they just haven't done their own research and haven't looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
There are other legitimate reasons to not back it. Like if you think it's too expensive for your own personal budget, like go ahead. If you don't think it's worth it, then go ahead. But you don't need to, hammer home in my comments specifically, and everybody else is saying, "Oh, anybody who buys this is wasting their money." Yada yada yada. Well, there's 5,500 people that disagree with you. So
that's what I heavily disagree with is like the toxicity surrounding it, because there's tons of people, and there's tons of people in here saying yes, and there's tons of people saying no, and the people saying no are just as valid as the people saying yes.
So if you're one of the people saying no because you think the paint doesn't look good, if we're able to pull up the in-hand version, hopefully that changes your mind.
I'm trying to find it.
I can go look at it.
Can't find this.
Can you go to my Instagram account? Because I posted it fairly recently. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, this is the post. I got like 250 comments. Yeah, just go to my Instagram account, and then it's like 4 layers down or 5, and I compare the two, and that'd be good because you can compare like right next to each other.
Mm-hmm. But thank you, Chen Razzie. I respect the can't afford potential backers, but the not worth it people are really creating a boycott. Not talking about extreme TVC collectors that are cheering right now. Sad. Yeah,
Yep. Even though, it's like, what, TVC can get a Rancor, but we can't?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like it was the previous super chat from Eddie. I definitely think that the Star Wars team could absolutely be better at communicating why they can't do something or why they won't be doing something, or even like you said, like why don't they have newer pictures with the better painted Rancor as a part of the HasLab campaign to illustrate that the claws aren't that super white. And like you guys talked about on Black Series Cantina, like not a lot of people watch that live stream. So it's like, you got to tell, like, you got to go look at the live stream and look at the in-hand version, and you'll see how much better it is painted. And it's like, why haven't they updated any photos?
Yeah. Right. Like it just boggles my mind.
Yeah. And like same thing, like when they just added the base inclusions for the Sky Striker, they did like a video and had like a whole like nice like presentation. And the Black Series one is a screenshot from the movie of Malakili, and they're just going, "Yep, this is included at 9,000 now."
Yeah. That's like another point I would like to bring up.
They're still struggling to like drum the hype up, and like it's weird when you see G.I. Joe like have the long Cobra skit, with the Cobra Commander voice actor like actually like having specific dialogue about the HasLab campaign,
and it's so like, cool.
Yeah, and it's like it's no wonder that the Sky Striker kind of exploded after that.
Yeah,
Because that was
or
some good
sorry, go
marketing.
ahead.
No,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that was some good marketing.
Yeah, and on Thursday we covered like why haven't because they had Adam Savage post about the Ghostbusters backpack and
Right.
now they got this whole Cobra thing going on with the Sky Striker, but the best thing they've done for the Rancor is, oh hey, we're throwing in a Malakili, like hope you see this news. Why can't we have like Mark Hamill tweet about it? Like pay him $100,000 a tweet. You're gonna make your money so fast. We haven't had any Star Wars actors like in on this, like nothing. Like I just don't understand why they haven't put anything. And I guess they're just basing like, oh, it's a Rancor, like it'll sell at Star Wars. But you have to remember, the Ghostbusters movie just came out.
Right.
And this is a toy from a movie that came out almost 40 plus years ago, or almost 40 years ago.
Right. That's something like I wanted to bring up as well, is the fact that people continue to like come at us in our comment. It's not overwhelmingly. It's only like what's funny is it's the same exact people who don't comment on anything else unless it's a Rancor thing. But
true.
They continue to come at us and like they basically comment the same thing in every single video or live chat or whatever it is. But it's like half the time I actually agree like 100%. Like I agree that the entire campaign was sort of embarrassing. It was botched.
Not the best at all, yeah.
Hasbro totally failed to deliver the hype to get this thing funded. That is one thing I will say. I do not agree with blaming the community. If this thing fails, Hasbro did it to themselves. I don't care how many other YouTubers made negative videos with 1,000 red arrows and circles and they did it to themselves. And I actually agree with like almost all of the criticisms. Like, yeah, Salacious Crumb as its own when I saw that
big misstep.
After Gamguard and the Bones and Cardboard and they showed Salacious, I was like, oh no, because
I thought it was fake. I thought it was fake.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at it through the lens of those people who hold the tiers in such a high regard, which I personally don't. I don't think any of us do here.
No, I backed it for the Rancor and everything else. To me, is extra. I know there's people who have said on other shows that they think the tiers are super important and they're not going to back it unless the tiers are good. But I was in with the Rancor, and
we've said it countless times that Justin and I both agree we would pay $350 for just the Rancor, no tiers.
Exactly.
Like to me, Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie. Rancor is one of my favorite creatures. It's a no-brainer to me. Yeah. And I just, I understand that people may not be as attached to the Rancor as I am. Just like I'm sure there's some piece of Star Wars property that they're attached to that I'm not necessarily attached to. And it's just one of those things where it's like, why can't we all just, we like what we like. You don't have to.
And I agree with almost everything. Yes. 3 HasLabs at the same time. No bueno. 3 HasLabs at the same time during the holiday season. No bueno. 350. That's a big price. That's a hard pill to swallow. I agree that the tiers are lackluster. I think the Hasbro streams are actually kind of low quality, even to the point where they're technically not well made on the technical level, like with their audio peaking and they're all using one microphone. And I agree that the Marvel Legends team is much more personal and not corporate. The expression and the entertainment, I totally agree. But what I don't agree with is the people saying that it looks like trash because there's over 900 paint deco ops on it. And the people who say like it's the Sentinel is taller, sure, but the Rancor is wider. It's hunched over. Compare it to the Razor Crest. It's taller, wider. I understand the Razor Crest is a ship. So it's like I almost don't even like making that comparison. But
what's going to be really funny is whenever if they extend this and we get our Rancor. And then in Boba Fett, in the book of Boba Fett, he's going to come across a Rancor, or in the Mandalorian season 3, he's going to come across a Rancor, and everybody's going to want the Black Series Rancor, and then it's going to be $2,000 on the secondary market. I did, Nathan. I sent you an email of like the in hand compared to the non. So if you can maybe send that to Justin, and we can get that.
Oh yeah. I got it right here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, look how good those nails are. Look how good that paint is. That's what you're gonna get right there.
And it might even be better than what this is.
Exactly. It's an ongoing process.
Right.
Like those claws are not clean, which is amazing.
Yeah. And we were talking about it last night too, Justin, like especially in comparison to Galactus and even the Sentinel. Both of those have very little paint on them. Most of them are, both of those are essentially colored plastic. So you also have to factor in that paint costs money. And to completely paint something like this, probably not cheap, especially with how it looks like a premium painted $350 figure.
And the chain on his wrist is going to be metal, and his earring and the 2 eyes are going to be silver ball bearings. So those aren't just painted plastic or anything.
Yeah. So it's something that I think a lot of people are discounting, is that paint is not cheap. And in this much paint, it certainly can't be cheap.
Oh, not at all.
Right.
Yeah. That's why
you're
the
exactly
Cobb
right
is a deluxe figure.
about the colored plastic. I think there's a little bit of confusion there between colored plastic and actual like paint application, paint ops. But to answer your question or your point real quick, Vader X Bricks, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. We're getting tons of super chats, guys. Thank you so much.
Keep them coming.
Have you heard about the toxicity behind the UCS gunship? It's just as bad, and it's coincidentally the same price. I have, and I just recently found out about that drama because, and I'm a Lego noob. I'm sorry, but from what I understand, so the Ultimate Collector set, the LAT gunship has like a clone pilot, Mace Windu, and maybe a couple clone troopers or something, but then that clone pilot is going to be in a $15 like clone trooper, just a cheap $15 Lego set. And people are apparently freaking out because they help me out here, chat. Is it because that people wanted this clone commander locked behind a $400 paywall? Or it's because I think Lego said something about like, we don't like locking figures behind expensive UCS sets, but they've done it in the past. And there's like a conspiracy theory that they're doing it on purpose to hurt the sales of the LAT gunship, so they don't have to make prequel or Clone Wars era UCS sets. And I'm just like, but it makes them money, so I don't like, why would they intentionally hurt the sales of their own product, especially a $400 product?
Yeah, you look at the people who are buying Star Wars stuff now, or like collectors. I know they're older people, but people like my age and our age, I grew up with the prequels. I'm sure you all grew up with the prequels.
Yep.
We're the ones buying this stuff now, so I want as many. I feel like I hammer home that I want Episode 3 figures released like crazy, but Hasbro just hasn't done it. You know, I want what is it? It's the clone Marine, whatever, the red one from Episode 3.
Yeah.
I just want all of it, but it's just not there.
Yeah. And Richard, that's true, but look at the other two Star Wars HasLabs, the exact same thing. And this is something that people disregard or cherry pick. I don't know, because I personally, I have watched all of these videos that are pop up in my recommended of there are some respectable videos about the Rancor of why they canceled, like Red Wagon Dioramas. He made a well thought out video. I respect that. There's been a few other ones, but some of these videos are just misinforming.
Yeah.
And it's maybe not misinforming, but cherry picking and completely forgetting that Yak Face that came with the sail barge was also released in the main line. Beskar Mando revealed, or released in the main line of TVC,
Yeah,
Grogu.
they just changed up the accessories a little bit for the vintage collection, and they're still released. And
Jawa, Off-World Jawa.
Yeah. And for this, the Rancor HasLab, the tier 1 is a $30 deluxe figure that is going to be on a card back. And I don't care about the card back or the coin, and I was going to sell that. But usually most HasLab, we covered it Thursday on Black Series Cantina. HasLab accessories and like tiers, if they're figures and they come with a coin, you can sell the yak face for $100. Just the coin it can sell for $100. So these are good investments to make. If you don't even want the Rancor, you can back it and then you can offload it later on.
Right.
Yeah, and you can back it right now because you don't have to pay until it's funded. So later tonight, there you go, back it.
Okay, thank you, Gerald. Correction, Lego included. It was a clone commander, so it was the yellow. That's why I thought it was a pilot instead of an actual pilot. I still don't think that's a bad thing, though. Because the argument is that it devalues, or what am I trying to say here? It's like people won't look to buy the UCS gunship because they can just get that yellow clone, the clone commander, in this $15 set. But it's like,
so are people saying they'd rather pay
the Rancor?
So people are saying they'd rather pay $400 just for the little yellow Lego. Like, why is that the difference in buying that set? You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, the claim is that it would hurt sales because you can get that same minifig in the $15 set. So it's going to hurt the sales of the UCS set. But for $400, I would be buying that thing for the lat gunship.
For the gunship, yeah, that shouldn't. That's like whenever people were commenting on my page saying, "Oh, they're not going to put Malakili on a card back." No thanks, not going to back it. Like, why is a piece of cardboard the reason you're not going to pay $350 for this Rancor? So if they put Malakili on a card, that's the difference. If that's the difference, then you just weren't planning to back it at all. You know, don't use that as the excuse. So
yeah. And honestly, like we said, like it coming uncarded, I think is pretty much what everyone wanted, right? Like I would not want Malakili on a vintage card back that I wouldn't want to open.
Exactly. Yeah. So because I was going to open it anyways, and then it's going to be $150 on a secondary market with that coin and the card, and I had opened it. I'm like, well, damn, you know,
exactly.
Well, darn, I gotta. But so. I don't know. There are valid criticisms and valid reasons not to back it, but I just think everybody should back it. So if you're not backing it, go back it. That's my pitch.
There you go.
Just think about the claws. You're getting dirty claws. You're not getting clean claws.
Think about the claws.
Think about
the drool.
The drool.
Yeah.
I do wish there was like more drool, but the one is fine, I guess.
Banner Killer Custom says, "Hold the line. We can get more figures."
Boo.
I mean, more power to you if you wanna do that. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I think this is it.
Yeah, that's it.
I was completely shocked that they added the Malakili. That was a
5 tiers is pretty solid. 5 tiers is great for a HasLab.
Yeah. And it's not even technically a tier; it's a base inclusion.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not even backed yet, and we have 5, so I think it's pretty good. But I thought it was worth it from the beginning, so that's just my opinion.
What's up, David Clank? Okay, we have a little more context on the Lego. I believe it is because people are mad that Lego won't make new figures. For example, Phase 2 Commander Cody for a figure pack. They're also mad that the premium adult Lego set isn't accurate and lacks a pilot. Okay.
So they didn't include okay.
All right. Okay, so they're saying it looks close enough, essentially, the yellow commander. That's a little more understandable.
That's a little lazy on their part.
But I still think, like, if you're going to drop that insane amount of money, it's for the piece de resistance. Like, it's for the lat gunship. And that's where, in my opinion, it kind of mirrors the Rancor. Because, you know, we've said before, kind of in a snarky way, you know, it seems like people just want to pay $400 or $375 for an ULA for a $22.99 figure. And I get it. You see the value when you see these figures that might not be released in the main line. Like, I totally get it. I understand it. And I want an ULA. I'm not saying I don't want an ULA. I definitely would love to get an ULA. And who knows, you know, one day in 9 hour, hold the line, boys. The ride of Gondor
keep it
calls for
going.
aid.
Yeah, the beacons are lit.
Yep. The day of reckoning is upon you, Hasbro.
And also in the Book of Boba Fett trailer, there was like a green Twi'lek that looked kind of similar to Ula, but wasn't dressed as skimpy, I guess you could say. So maybe if they make that figure, you can make a custom Ula. So there you go. You can buy 2 of them, make a custom Ula.
Yeah. Now I'll use my 3 3/4 inch Ula as a substitute. It'll work just fine.
Yeah, that's their theory for the Power of the Force Rancor.
Yeah. Just
use the Power of the Force one. You'll be fine. Like, what am I gonna a preteen Rancor in my 6-inch collection? Like, get out of here, baby Rancor.
Put Luke on his knees. Oh yeah, look, the scale's better. Look how good this scale is.
Said, Marklin. I totally agree, and that's another thing. People were commenting that saying we are objectively wrong because you can compare it to other HasLabs, but conveniently we only compare it to a certain element of Marvel HasLabs and then a certain element of Star Wars HasLab. Conveniently.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you're absolutely right. Everyone values their dollars differently. And I could look at this Rancor and be like, it looks incredible. I would gladly spend the money on it. That's not being a shill because I'm not getting it for free. That's not just being satisfied with everything that Hasbro releases. Because if it was like $400-500, like, no, like I would have drew the line at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not
for sure.
You're absolutely right. Everyone's values their dollars differently, and
rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Us saying, "Hey, this HasLab Rancor looks epic. I'm excited for it, and I want it." That is just as valid. It is every bit as valid as someone saying, "I looked at this, I saw the tiers, and I don't see the value in it." Those are equally valid, no matter which way you try and spin it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just something that a few people weren't really understanding in the comments.
Right. It's important to keep that in mind. And to me, I don't see, and this is just for me, I don't see how people can look at the Razor Crest, which is the same price, think that is worth it, and then look at the Rancor and think that it's not worth it. It's bigger than the Razor Crest by pretty substantial amount. I mean, obviously the Razor Crest is a ship and the Rancor is a creature, but to me, I would have to wager that the Rancor probably has more plastic used in it as well, because I don't think it's going to be some light, flimsy piece of plastic, which, keep in mind, is how things like the TIE Fighter and the Snow Speeder and all the other vehicles, that's why those sets are so cheap, is because they don't have articulation and they're hollow. So this is not going to be hollow. This is a premium painted, heavy, giant piece of plastic, 18 inches tall. It's
45 points of articulation, which that is where some of that money is going towards. That takes engineering and new tooling to make 45 points. And this is something that this is understated in my opinion. Ratchet joints. This thing has ratchet joints on the arms and the legs, which was a big controversy with the HasLab Sentinel. Also, what's up, Skywalker Hendricks?
What's up, Skywalker?
45 points of articulation. So you can't compare that to a ship. It's
a toy. It's an action figure. And as far as the ratchet joints go, there were people kind of complaining on my page about the ratchet joints, but you need the ratchet joints there to hold the Gamorrean Guard up for the rest of eternity. If you don't have the ratchet joint there and you pose it eating the Gamorrean Guard, over time it's just going to fall because of the weight, and it's not going to be able to hold anything in the air. So you want it to be able to hold Gamorrean Guards in each hand and chow on them. So you need the ratchet joint there to have the strength to lift stuff up.
Yep. Absolutely. And
last the test of time.
Home dam? No, absolutely not. Watch the live stream and watch literally them struggle to put it on the table. it's not
Mhm.
going to be hollow.
It's
I'm
not
sorry.
hollow. It's not hollow at all. Yeah.
Watch the live stream is all I can
Yep.
say. Is
Hopefully,
just,
if it gets backed, watch some of the reviews and you'll see the weight it has on it.
yeah, it's not going.
It's not going to be hollow.
No,
I can't
there's-
believe people would complain about the Ratchet. Like, that was the big
Mhm.
thing with the Sentinel. And it's almost like
Mhm.
they learned from that other
Yeah.
team's mistakes because it's separate teams, Marvel, Star Wars, you know. I feel like that should be a much bigger talking point. And I know it's like, oh, they're just doing what they're supposed to do. Absolutely. But it's like, you know, we're always comparing it to the other HasLabs. Well, hey, let's compare it. Let's make every comparison we can make and
Mhm.
say that this thing has ratchet joints, which is amazing.
Yep.
And
It's
to
a really
answer your
good
question,
decision, in my opinion. Yeah.
because someone was asking earlier, the chat is popping off, so I'm having a hard time.
How many people do we got here?
We have 188.
Oh, heck yeah.
We have 188.
Smash like, by the way.
Because
Smash
someone
like.
was asking us, like, what, you know, they were respectfully asking, like, what makes it worth it to us?
Mhm.
Well, the size, it's a hulking beast. Like I said, at 45 points of articulation, it's the most of any Black Series figure. Butterfly joints, ratchet joints, over 900 deco ops. And I know people say, like, oh, this looks like it's an ongoing thing. The final product will look incredible. And like we brought up earlier, the model that they had in hand looked better than the promo shots, which all circles back to their botching their own campaign. They like take a quick promo shot with the better one. You know what I mean?
Right.
It now comes with Malakili, which is a $22.99 newly tooled figure. And I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't come out in the main line. I don't know if a Malakili would sell by itself.
And Eddie from Outer Space, the reason they're putting those on cards is just for the nostalgia purposes, for the people who do appreciate, like, or who do not appreciate, that's the wrong word, because I appreciate the nostalgia, but the people who value how, like, what they saw on the pegs when they were a kid. So they'll see the Return of the Jedi Luke on a card, and that's how it was back in the day. But you can just open them, and it won't make a difference. So, or you can buy two, sell the second one, make your money back, and then open your the one you have currently, and you'll have it for free. So, and that's what there are people saying. I saw somebody post on Facebook saying he's back in, I think the max you can back is like 5 or something in one order. So he said he's back in 5, and there was a reply saying, oh, like, you're gouging this, like, blah, blah, you're scalping it, blah, but you can't, it's literally impossible to scalp it because
that created 5 more. That
you're creating, they're only going to make how many are backed, and then so you're creating one, and then it's available for sale for the market price, whatever the market price is, once it's released. This is the cheapest it's ever going to be, and you're not preventing someone from getting one. It's because if they choose not to back it, and then in Book of Boba Fett they see him fighting a Rancor again or something, or they see Boba Fett fighting a Rancor, if he comes across one, they're going to be like, oh, crap, I missed out on the $350 Rancor. Let me look on eBay. Oh, dang, it's $800. I just got this bonus from work. You know, now I'm going to get my Rancor. That's going to happen. See, when the Rancor comes back into current, timelines of shows. Yeah. Hopefully it does. That's what I'm hoping.
Real quick, Kingdom Comics, it charges your card the day after the campaign ends, so it would be Tuesday. That goes for all HasLabs. And yeah, I mean, if it comes with the tiers, that also adds to the value as well, regardless of what you think of those tiers, because like we were saying, Gamguard is a deluxe figure. I know it's readily available. I know it just got re-released. Still a deluxe figure.
It's still a $30 deluxe figure.
And still one of the best figures in the line. Top 10 for me personally.
Yeah.
And
that's a great one. I mentioned it earlier. Yeah, for one of my favorites.
The cardboard backdrop, 100% I agree with the criticism. Should have just been in the box. That is stupid, and it failed. Again, this all comes back to, like, I understand that they failed to deliver the hype. The cardboard thing, that's kind of embarrassing, along with how I feel about the Salacious. Even though the Salacious actually does have some new tooling on it, as we can see with the articulated knees, which is another thing where I see videos calling it 3 repacks, which is not true.
Yeah, it's not.
Because, of course, the Luke is newly tooled figure. I'm sure it'll have butterfly joints. I'm sure it'll be an amazing figure. I know it will get released in the main line, but it's still like, I could have that just included in the Rancor, and then I won't have to buy the other one. Same with like a Gam Guard. Like, what's better, going out and paying the $30 for the re-release Gam Guard, or just having one included with the Rancor?
Yeah, and if you don't want the Gamorrean Guard, it's going to be, if we get it, it's going to be on a card with the coin, and that's going to be tremendously valuable. So you can just sell it. You can literally just offload it and make $50 back, and then you got a $300 one, and then you can sell tier 3 if we were to get there. You can get $30 for that, and then you can sell tier 4 if we were to get there and get $60, $80 for that Luke on the card. You know, if we got all of these tiers done, you could knock off $100 easy. Honestly, that Luke, the Return of the Jedi Lukes now, whenever he popped up in Mandalorian, those are insanely priced on secondary market. So you know that one on the card is going to be worth $150 one day. But it'll probably never come out because we won't get to the 19,000 required to back it. But if we did get there, that would be $150 alone, like by itself. You know, that SDCC Boba Fett is like $250 or close to it, $200, $250 on eBay, and it's just a repainted Boba Fett on a card. That's a new Luke with a card and a coin. That'd be $150 easy. You could make half your money back just off the Luke and the Gamorrean Guard.
And that's not saying like you have to do that to offset the costs, because
exactly, that's just if you want to. Yeah,
we think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think it's worth the $350 and $370 whatever after tax. Whatever it was. So I personally, I just think it's worth it.
Yeah. Real quick, Infernal, she actually got spayed about a week ago. She's fine though. She was kind of miserable the first day, but the second day she was already doing full on sprints and jumping up, and I'm like, calm down, like you have stitches, calm down. But she gets them removed pretty soon here, so she's doing well. And she won't get pregnant, thankfully. Oh my goodness. Jeff W. with a $50 USD chat. Holy cow. I don't know if I've ever seen you in the chat. Thank you so much for the channel support. The comment reads, I'm an older fan, late 40s, and am all in on Black Series. I think the naysayers just don't get the value of the Rancor, and it will become a highly sought after item and drive the price over 1,000. I'm packing 5 TV Rocks. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is incredible support.
Amazing.
We've been getting so much today. Thank you, everybody. $143.08 off of this stream alone. Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you for the nice, kind words. And I agree, you know, there's 1,000 reasons not to back the Rancor, but the main group of people I have a problem with are the ones that are being snarky and insulting the people who are excited for it. Which is something I need to repeat over and over again, because I don't want people to feel alienated or saying like I'm insulting people who just choose not to back it. Absolutely no problem with not getting it and not seeing the value. But there is that super toxic crowd that we see in like the live stream chats for Hasbro Pulse and Instagram comments. I see a lot of negativity on Instagram comments, Twitter, and everything. So yeah, that's the main group of people I got beef with. And regardless, thank you so much for that amazing donation. Thank you so much. That one deserves it. I got to play a clip for that one.
Awesome.
Get a clip.
I don't have anything else, but credits will do fine.
No, they won't.
Credits will do fine.
No, they won't.
Thank you. Let's see here. Backed one and really tempted to back another one, but another 350 will really hurt.
Yeah.
But in the long run, you could pay off your other Rancor with what you would make with the other one. You would essentially have a free Rancor.
Yep. And as time goes on, that price is just going to go up and up. I mean, look at the sail barge right now. $500 when it came out. Now you'd be lucky if you can get it for $2,000. Lucky if you can get it for $2,000, because people don't even sell them really. Like, it's hard enough to even find a listing of someone selling.
The Razor Crest is above 500, isn't it? Or it's close to 800 on eBay, and it's not even released yet.
Yeah,
5,501.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Here, I'll do a live eBay check of the Razor Crest now.
I think it's funny. Like this is like probably the most controversial thing Out of the Basement has ever been a part of, and it's because we like the Rancor.
That's true.
It's easily the most controversial thing we have ever like experienced with our channel.
Oh, you know what's funny? I want to mention real quick. I told my wife a couple weeks ago, "Hey, I'm going to be on the Out of the Basement stream. I'm really excited about that." And then she was like, "Aren't you going to be recording in the basement?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be in the basement. So am I even allowed to join?" So now that I told you guys I'm actually in my basement, am I allowed to stay for the rest of the stream, or are you going to kick me out?
Oh no,
Nate's in his basement.
Yeah, the more basements, the merrier.
Oh, you're a fraud. This is out of the. You're in the. You're a fraud.
Well, no, see, that's how the name of the channel works. Because we're live from the basement, or at least I am. Or when we're out and about doing vlogs and stuff, we're out of the basement. So
I like it. It's a good name. I like it.
You want to know a kicker? I live in a ranch. I don't even have a basement.
There's no basement for Justin, but
no basement.
Okay, so we have sold December 4th, 2021, the Razor Crest on eBay, $740.
When was that? December 4th?
December 4th.
If they would have backed it, they would have saved a ton of money. So
December 3rd, one sold for $849.
Man, if they would have just backed it, they'd be saving all that money.
Whew.
And they got insane. It's literally not even released yet, and it's already doubled.
Right. Thank you for the $5 super chat. James just ordered my second Rancor. It is $5,499, and now we're at, let's see. Okay, 5,501.
And if you think about, there's only going to be roughly 9,000 Rancors, assuming it gets backed. If you go to an NFL stadium, there's 60,000 people in the stadium. So you look at one section, about 10,000 people. That's going to be how many people in the world own this piece Rancor. So it's going to be insanely valuable.
And just for some more eBay numbers here, the last Jabba sail barge that sold was on November 27th for $2,500 plus $118 shipping
to ship it.
Thanks again, Eddie.
So $2,600. And the last time a Yak Face Power of the Force 3 3/4 inch figure was sold, that was included with the sail barge, was September 12th for $230.
Just for the 3.75 inch figure. Is that loose? Was that loose or on the card?
That was on the card, coin and all.
On the card. Yeah, because you can literally sell the loose coin for over $100. We on Thursday we looked at the most recent one sold for that, and it was like 100 and something. Just the coin. Just the coin. So could you imagine if we got the 6-inch Luke coin or the Gamorrean Guard coin?
Right.
Man, it's just crazy how much those go up in value.
Yeah, Eddie, honestly, that is something that I haven't addressed. Like international people who have to spend like absurd amount, totally justified. I totally get where you're coming from. And I wish Hasbro would make things, all figures, honestly, Hasbro Pulse, they should be shipping internationally everywhere. I totally agree with not backing it if you have to pay that outrageous
rate. Like people in Australia, it's like $800 something for them. So that is complete. Like,
hey, Linda might be in the chat lurking.
The mad lass Linda, it backed the Rancor in Australia for $800, but like
that's a lot of dollary dues.
That is not acceptable, in my opinion, that it's so expensive for international.
I think they are backing two. I think that's why they're.
No, it's just one. It's just one.
It's just one for 800.
Yeah,
because you can listen to, if you go to the Fly Guys channel where they do the 6-inch show, Star Wars The Black Series Talk. He's in Australia and he has to pay, if he wants to back one, he has to pay like 800 and something just for one to get it shipped.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, no way.
And on top of that, it's not even a thing of like currency conversion or like factoring in like, the minimum wage you earn in Australia. It's like I think if it was like actually translated from like American to Australian dollars, it would only be like 500 or 600, but for whatever reason, it's 8 for people in Australia. So that is honestly absurd, and I totally understand if there's international people out there that aren't looking to pay the extra price that's literally just there just because you don't live in a place where it's like directly offered to you.
Yeah,
just look at how good those teeth look right there. That's enough to back it on its own. It's just so good, and the shading, or it goes like light brown, like brown to dark.
Look at that tongue.
Yeah, and Mike did bring up a great point on your last guys' podcast too about the rubber like skin material that's going to be used. People have been questioning like the longevity of something like that, and I'm right there. I'm right there with Mike. My Job of the Hutt from 2014, still kicking, no cracks, no nothing. It's still in great shape. So I have no fear that this is going to be able to last for a very, very long time before it even starts to think about showing.
Yeah, because the Job of the Hutt I have, it's still in amazing shape. I haven't seen anybody report that their Job of the Hutts are cracking or anything. So I think they've done a really good job with that material, and it's probably improved. Because that was released in what, 2014, 2015, 2014.
So that was 6 years ago at this point. The technology has definitely improved.
For sure.
So I don't think there's anything to worry about. At least in terms of the longevity of the item, I think it's going to be just fine. And I also like when they do stuff like that and kind of give it a little bit of a softer overlay, and kind of it helps not impede the articulation so much. So there's not as much hard plastic around like the joints or the head or something like that.
And I think they did a really good job making the articulations look like natural and and lifelike. Like they covered the shoulders with those pads.
It's a great idea, and it's crazy that it has butterfly joints too. That still is mind-blowing that a figure that large, they put butterfly joints in it.
Trend setting.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
I really can't wait.
I hope it really does get funded, because this is seriously going to be like the centerpiece of my collection. And
for a lot of us, for sure.
And that just I hope that means for people who don't have like Job of the Hutt, that in 2023 we'll get some really nice Return of the Jedi re-releases to build out the sort of like scene of having Jabba's palace members and such. But we also, Action Figure Podcast, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Thank you so much.
Zach is bringing he's bringing in all these, like, he's bringing in the crowd, man. We're almost at 200 people in here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I haven't been playing the clip for new members, so this is for all of you. This is for all the new members.
You both really stepped up in the heat of battle. Both of you showed valor out there. Real courage. You're both officially being made ARC troopers.
Thank you,
That's
Action
so cool.
Figure Podcast.
Yes.
Again, 99 cents. Link is in the description. You get the Clone Trooper Battalion name badge next to your name, and it changes colors depending on how long you've been a member. You also get some cool emojis. So to our members, can we get some emoji spam in the chat, please? Emoji spam.
Yes.
Please and thank you.
And
were you guys talking about the rubbery plastic?
David Newcomb is asking how much of the figure is the rubbery plastic and where. I believe it's just the body, correct?
Yeah, it's not going to be the arms or the leg. It's just like the body, the torso area and stuff.
There's like some sort of model that shows it, if I can find it.
It's going to have a rubbery overlay, like
there. That's perfect.
Yeah, there you go. That picture shows it perfectly.
The torso, neck area.
Yeah, where it's that like really
and the
white
shoulders,
plastic, and the shoulders.
Might be the belly here, yeah.
Yeah, it's the shoulder. It's the whole torso, back area, and then those shoulder pads that are.
Yeah.
Because whenever they were moving the arms, it goes pretty freely.
Yep. So that's pretty much what you're looking at. as far as like the rubbery bits that are going to be included. And again, I think it's going to help out a lot with the articulation, because if it was hard plastic, probably wouldn't get much movement out of the head or the arms.
Yeah, and all these pictures, like you just Googled it, all these pictures have the clean claws. And it just makes me so mad.
And some of it is like the CG renders, like that's unfortunate too.
Like it just boggles my mind that they wouldn't post the updated version, like the actual prototype they have, where the claws are actually looking like they're in a used universe.
Right.
Like there, like they showcase it. It's like, come on.
Why is that showcased? I don't understand. It's so oh my, it's so frustrating.
I do love this shot though. I'm trying to find the one where it's like the Gamguard running away.
That's the best one they did it's one of the best ones.
Yeah, that is easily the best
right
shot.
There. It's so funny.
He's like, get me out of here.
Yeah, and I mean, it just goes to show you how awesome the Gamorrean guard figure is too, and how expressive it is with the jaw. Yeah. But Mr. Jetster asked if we noticed that Imp Crosshair went up on Big Bad Toy Store. I did see that. It's like $32.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, and it's available for pre-order on Big Bad.
Really?
So. It's a great figure. I haven't opened it yet, but it's a great figure.
Yeah, it's a great figure. I actually
go get your Imp Crosshair.
Yeah, I've got a second Imperial Crosshair coming, and I also bought the correct armor bits from John Walker. So I'm gonna be making a custom, slightly more accurate.
That's what I want with for the shoulder, where it has that big piece right there.
Yeah, John Walker Customs is offering like a little kit pack, so it comes with like the smaller sniper rifle because the sniper's way too big. In the Black Series figure. And then it's the knee pads, shoulder pads, and I believe the hand pads. So yeah, I picked that up, and then I picked up another Imperial Crosshair because he's just been sitting on Walmart's website.
Yep.
Which I think is probably how Big Bad Toy Store is selling this one, is that they're directly buying it from them. Yeah. They're directly buying it from Walmart to sell, and that's why it's $31.
That's why it's $31.
Yeah, because they're making money, but it is currently sitting on Walmart's website, so there's no reason to not pick it up for just regular retail price.
Speaking of Imperial Crosshair, if you guys follow us on Instagram.
We haven't even talked about the serial swapper again.
I gotta sign in. I don't even remember my login and all that. But I encountered this the other day. Well, and this actually. They put this right back on the peg. But yeah, Imperial Crosshair Walmart exclusive. Sith Jet Trooper with a DC-15 rifle.
Yep.
Priced.
Yep. Yeah, and it's at the same Walmart that we found, because we originally found this Lando a few months ago, and Justin, tried to do the right thing, tried to turn it into customer service. But I mean, of course, we knew that they weren't going to care, and they're probably
like, it's still Lando.
Yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll throw it in the back and wait for Justin to leave, and then they're just like, okay, just go put it back out on the shelf. But what hurts the most, I think, about the Imperial Crosshair is not only is it the Sith Jet Trooper, but they had the audacity to mark it down on clearance, like as if they know. It's like as if they know it's not the right figure.
Like you can see this damage, but like the back, there was like packing tape all over it.
Oh,
so like the swapper isn't even like meticulously like slicing the tape, opening it. Right. They're like tearing open the package.
Which our post on Instagram definitely got like a lot more likes than usual, and a lot more comments than we normally do. And I saw a lot of people confused about how this goes on. So basically, like a short rundown is you buy the figure in store, you take it home, you open it, you switch the figure out for whatever the hell else this scumbag wants to put in there. Right. And then because the Walmart employees or the Target employees don't know any better, and frankly, I can't blame them. Right. Not everyone knows
regular retail workers.
Yeah, or they just don't care, because if you've ever worked in retail, you know what it feels like to work in retail.
Jobs in my life,
yeah. So it's like I can't blame them for not caring, And so they basically return it and get their money back while they get to keep the figure. And, you know, they just put that box back out there, and the employees are none the wiser. And unfortunately, I'm sure there's probably, you know, parents out there, aunts, uncles, grandparents that won't know the difference and are going to buy this for their poor,
For Christmas,
you know, they're going to buy this as a Christmas gift for someone. And
hey, Crosshair season 2, it's leaked, I guess.
yeah, Crosshair season 2 leaked. But that's what I think would probably suck the most, is if someone unknowingly bought this as like a gift and thought like, yeah, you know, like my kid or my grandkid or my niece or nephew, they're gonna love this, and then it's the Sith Jet Trooper instead of Imperial Crosshair.
Oh, did 219 Star Wars guy? I saw that SWAT figure last night, because this is a local collector. Someone tore out the Sith Trooper and left the box wide open there. Okay,
good. That's what they should do, I guess. Because
that's probably a better fate than someone actually purchasing it.
It is. And go take the Lando out of there too, because you're not stealing, because that's not Walmart's property. It's that Lando's. There's just the box is at this point.
Yep. And it's the wrong figure. And
and you can literally get that Lando for like $13 on GameStop if that sale is still going on.
What hurts too is it's not even the photoreal Empire Strikes Back Lando. It's the original release too.
Yeah,
so
like the red
it's
and
like,
black box.
Yeah,
it's like you couldn't have at least thrown someone a bone and put the photoreal figure in there. You got to include the old one. But
I just like, this gets under my skin. Beautiful. Like, I know we can't do anything about this. It'll never stop. It'll never change, but it just gets under my skin because of how petty and like how much effort you have to put in to do that. Like taking multiple trips like back and forth to the store over a $20 action figure, or since it's Crosshair is probably like $26.49 or whatever it was. But still, it's like you can't just buy a $20 action figure and just have it in your collection. You really have
you're
to,
making somebody else
get it for free.
Deal with this,
But no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Order it.
Yep. Yeah, everyone.
I do find it interesting that Big Bad has it.
Right.
Well, that's a good way for them to make $1.
Right.
You know, buy it from Walmart for retail and then just up it a couple bucks here.
Yep. For those people that you know.
Can they start doing that for every exclusive, please?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I think it just so happens that Imperial Crosshair must have been actually produced in appropriate quantities. So because
it's been popping in and out, and then is it up now, like for good? Or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just sitting in stock.
Oh,
yeah,
right there, $24.99.
Oh, okay.
Listing.
Oh, right there.
Because Walmart is so stupid. This is such a good example of how stupid Walmart is. I type Black Series Imperial Crosshair, and this third-party $70 plus $8.99 listing pops up. But yeah,
and that was the regular Crosshair too.
Yep. But yeah, it's literally just sitting in stock. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna buy another one and
finally get it.
Yeah, make a custom, slightly more accurate version of Crosshair. So I'm excited to do that little project.
How much was that kit? Because I'm kind of just thinking about cutting this off and sanding it down and then putting some paint. Like,
I got it at an early bird price because like they always do like the first like X amount are
we got another backer
are a discounted price.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that.
It was like $15 for the sniper, the shoulder pads, the knee pads, and the hand pads.
All right.
Does he do just the shoulder pad?
Not right now. I think you have to get the whole set. So it's $15 right now. So
also look, my Imperial Crosshair came with the sniper like popped out of its spot. It might be hard to tell, but it's out of the spot and like going. But it doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna open it and just display it. So
right, yeah. So it might be better to just sand it down, and the sniper rifle is great too because it's so much smaller. It fits so much better in Crosshair's hands and makes posing so much more like natural looking. Because that was something I didn't realize at first was how unnecessarily large Crosshair's sniper is compared to when you see it in the show.
Yeah.
So
they fix the scale a little bit.
Yeah, So it definitely, like, you can buy the sniper by itself from John Walker, and I would say even the sniper is worth it, especially if you know, all you got to do is just paint it black or gunmetal and you're fine. Like, it looks good. So
Paint it black.
Yeah, paint it black. I see
Mm-hmm.
a red crosshair, and I want to paint it black. But yeah, it looks like we got Nerdzoic in here as well. What's up, Nerdzoic? How's it going?
I'm a subscriber.
No,
not yet.
No.
They're gonna extend it. They're gonna extend it for sure.
Yeah, don't count it out. Don't count it out.
Hey, we still got
nerdy.
32 hours. Come on now.
Yep.
They're gonna extend it. They've extended HasLabs in the past.
Yeah.
That's what I was curious about. I wonder, like, do you know, Zach, when they extended Unicron? Like, how many days were left, or was it like really down to the wire like this?
I think it was getting down to the wire, and then they pushed it out like another 30-something days, like another month. So
yeah, because I remember they wanted to like show it off at.
Yeah, they wanted to wait for was it New York Comic Con? Show it off at New York Comic Con, or show it off at one of those Comic Cons or whatever, or some event. And then I just don't understand why they're doing 3 HasLabs at the same time. Right during holiday season. You get charged right after Black Friday.
Yeah, and it's like as if there's not people that like Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and Ghostbusters all equally.
And so that's a good point, actually.
It's holiday season, and you have 3 HasLabs going at the same time.
Right,
people are Christmas shopping.
Right, I couldn't imagine if I had kids or something to like got to buy presents for them.
And I was talking to somebody on Instagram that said, I really want the Rancor, but it's Christmas season, and I have to make sure I have presents for my kids, and I'm not going to be able to back it, you know, and be charged and do that. I'd have to wait. So hopefully they extend it past Christmas and give people a chance to get a paycheck after Christmas.
Right. That's a good point.
What even could be something that would help out a lot is just a payment plan.
Exactly. That's exactly what we were talking about Thursday. It's just so frustrating.
Like because let's just say you can do the payment plan, pay $50 a month, and then it's paid out. You've already paid for it way before it'll ever even be out. Or even if you wanted to do less, like just make it to where the increments, by the time it's out, the person that is on the payment plan has paid for the whole thing.
Yeah. And just adopt the hot toy, like the Sideshow Collectibles system, where you can pick 3 months, 6 months, or 8 months, or pay it in full or whatever. You know, you can pay $30 a month, $50, $80 a month, or pay it in full. And then I'd be like, so many more people would be in on HasLabs just from the price, because it just makes. That's why everybody, you pay your cell phone $30 a month until it's paid off, because they're like $1,000. You know, if you're fortunate enough to have a ton of money, you just buy it outright. But you know, they just need to adopt that system for future HasLabs if they're going to continue to be $350, $500. You know,
definitely. That's a good point though about like people collect Marvel Legends, Ghostbusters, Transformers. Like they collect
everything.
More.
Yeah.
Whereas like someone like me, I have like a few, like I love Halo, so I have a few of the Jazzwares Spartan collection. I love NECA as well, but that's only like a few releases a year, maybe.
Right.
NECA. This is my only NECA figure right here.
Oh, that's a good one too. I like Michael. But I mainly collect Star Wars, so that's why this was such like an easy thing for me as well. Maybe that's something we should have made known better. Because I wasn't really thinking about people kind of, because obviously like a proton pack was never in my radar, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I strictly collect, Star Wars Black Series. So I was in on this from the beginning, but I couldn't imagine if I was collecting G.I. Joe and I had to decide between the Rancor and the Sky Striker, or do both, or
Do you guys think extending it would work?
I think so. I think extending it, they'd be able to do more. It seems like every time they do a live stream, we lose backers, but I think they'd be able to show off those in-hand pictures more. They'd be able to show us more prototypes, and then we'd get to the 9 eventually.
Get a CG rendering of Malakili whipped up real quick, just to have something to show people.
Superfry 401. Random question aside from the Rancor quick. Would you guys like a Mace Windu 187th Legion Trooper in the Black Series? And do you think it's possible? Yes. I think we'll eventually get every clone trooper repaint under the sun, and I'm all here for it.
Definitely. I wish they'd crank those out a little faster, the clone trooper repaints. But
they should be pumping those out since it's literally just, paint apps. We should have the Wolf Pack, Grunt. Trooper.
We still need the all white, just the new mold. We still just need the blank.
327th Star Corps. We need the 41st Elite. Like, we got tons of.
Did you all play Battlefront 2, the newest Battlefront 2?
Yeah.
EA one?
Oh yeah.
And I paid like $10 for the you unlock every single clone trooper or like outfit or whatever. Just take that list and make them all in the Black Series one by one, and I'll be so happy because they have all the legions and all that on there.
Yeah, it's like when you really think about it, the Gaming Greats line could be infinite with just the Battlefront game.
Yeah.
They could just do whole waves of clone troopers where they're just like, here you go. Here they all are.
Yeah, make a whole clone trooper case where it's like 8 figures, but they're all just repaints of the clone trooper mold. You get like a blank one, and then you get, all these other battalions and legions. It's just it would just print money for them, but they just haven't dove into that fully yet.
Yeah. Well, they've always been resistant to the clones. So it's like, especially in the early days of the.
Oh, yeah. And they're all on the old mold mostly. Because who knows when that Walgreens trooper or the Walgreens exclusive is going to come. Like, that's just gone by the wayside, forgotten about these,
Right.
So we're going to get the Rancor before we get any more news about that.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it
What's
might
up,
be
Lukeness?
Hey, Lukeness. It's like what comes out first, the 212 or the Rancor?
That's funny. I'll put a poll up on my Instagram.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I feel like that figure is just going to be, we're just all going to wake up one day and see, oh, I just found it at Walgreens. And then there comes the and then here comes the panic.
You know what's odd about that? Because I don't know if you all know, if you've listened to some of the Blackford Cantina episodes, I'm kind of for abolishing the archive line now that the Galaxy line is a thing.
Like just re-release it and stick it in the Galaxy pack.
Because if you're gonna re-release the 501st Trooper, which is my favorite clone trooper, why do you have to put it in the archive line? Just put it in a Revenge of the Sith box.
Yeah,
right. It just makes sense on the new mold, because we have the issue of they released the archive, or they announced the archive 501st Trooper, but then they also announced the 212th Walgreens exclusive on the new mold. So we're getting two troopers supposed to be at the same time. It seemed like they announced it pretty much simultaneously, but they're on different molds. Like, why are we getting just put them on the new mold? And I know the archive line is specifically for, we want it to be released exactly how it was in the past, but all of those figures most of them are trash. Like, they're doing the Obi-Wan. We just want we want in episode 3, whenever they did the vote in Obi-Wan 1, people were thinking, we want the Obi-Wan Kenobi, the new head that's on the clone commander body. Right. We want that head on a Jedi body. But then they were like, oh, clone episode 3 Obi-Wan won the vote. Let's put him in the archive line, but use the old mold let's just put new paint on the old head, the pin head. It's too skinny and it's small. It's like they're kind of out of touch. But so I'm just for abolishing the archive line, and if they're going to re-release something, just put it in the new packaging. It just makes too much sense. So
yeah, and that Obi-Wan just,
it's so outdated.
It's such a conflicting figure for me, because I don't have the original one, but I don't necessarily want the archive one either, because I don't think it looks that good. But at the same time, I'm like, I've got Mace, I've got all the other episode 3.
Well, you have Clone Wars Obi. I know,
but it's not Obi-Wan episode. But it's not episode 3.
It's not episode 3. It's not him fighting Anakin, and we need a new Anakin because the neck is still too long on the archive version.
Yeah,
true.
They didn't. So
and that the elbows on those figures are just
awful. Yeah, you can't do holding the lightsaber and all that. So hey, there you go.
Yo, let's get 22 more subs while we're at it. While we get this 9,000 Rancors
Let me create 22 YouTube accounts real quick. I'll go subscribe on each.
Yeah.
Like,
oh man,
we're almost there, Nate. We're almost there.
Congrats,
I know.
guys. It's a great channel.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah. So what do we want to do from here? It's past the 2-hour mark. Justin,
what's going on? Anything?
I was just asking what you wanted to. What you wanted
Is this
to
when
talk
we
about?
dive into?
You want to talk about what?
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say something stupid.
Of course, Spider-Man.
That's funny.
This is where we go. Yeah. We take the deep dive into Marvel, the MCU, hot takes, Wes Anderson. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
we don't have to get into all that. I am like, I can't help myself.
Pickups?
Oh yeah, Darth
Pickups?
Educator pickups. I actually don't know if I have any new ones.
I got hella pickups.
Oh no.
Yeah, I went a little Black Friday, Cyber Monday crazy. So,
What'd you get?
Well, let's start with some Star Wars stuff because, contrary to popular belief, we don't get everything super early all the time. I just got my Casca here from Walmart.com.
Nice.
So
that's a good one.
Finally have Casca. I did not have her. And then right in relation with that, I also picked up Aura
Thing,
which I also did not have because, yeah, Justin got really lucky and found that wave of figures super early. But since, most of them are one per case, I had to wait a really long time. And I actually found Aura at Target in person with the 25% off coupon. So I only paid $14.99 for her. So I felt like that was a little bit of a win in my book.
Heck yeah.
I also Cyber Monday sale. I picked up another Emperor TVC that I'm going to open this one so I can utilize the alternate head because I do have the throne room TVC set, but it comes with like the relaxed head. So I definitely wanted to pick up a second single carded Emperor because Justin did get me a single carded Emperor as well, but I wanted to keep it on card. So now this one's to open.
Justin, do you collect Vintage Collection or are you strictly Black Series?
I'm strictly Black Series. I have like a Commander Wolf.
My man.
I have a Commander Wolf figure just because I saw it and I was like, it's Clone Wars. It'll look cool on the wall. But yeah, I'm not into TVC.
Yeah. And then I also picked up the Walmart exclusive Death Star droid TVC here as well. That was on sale.
We need that on 6-inch.
Yeah, no kidding. And that's kind of how I collect TVC. I keep most of it on card, but there's like a select few figures that I just absolutely have to open. So as far as Star Wars stuff goes, I think that's it. I did get some I actually did get a new Transformer here. So I got the Red Line Optimus Primal here. Not really collecting Transformers, but I'm super nostalgic for Beast Wars. And I like the Red Line Transformers figures here, specifically because they are just robot mode. There's no transforming involved, which to me is how I like it. I am not a fan of alt mode. I'll just take my robot mode characters and call it a day. So
there you go.
Did also get some DC Multiverse stuff because I'm a pretty big collector of DC Multiverse. So I picked up Armored Batman here. This was on sale on Dorkside for $13.
What scale is that? How big is that?
These are 7-inch. So
7. I would say that looks bigger than 6. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there he is, Captain Rex. So I mean, this is a big figure too. It's
armored. That looks like it's 9 or 10.
It's armored Batman. So
yeah, it has to be a little bigger, I guess.
It's kind of hard to see, but this is a plastic cape, and look at the great detail on that cape.
Ooh, nice!
Like it really actually looks like cloth. Then I did also get Lex Luthor in his power suit. Got to have a Lex Luthor for Superman to fight. And then I did also get Lobo. which Lobo is awesome too. Another great DC character, and I like on the back his jacket says "Bite Me, fanboy."
Oh, nice.
So I really like the McFarlane stuff. It just keeps getting better and better, especially in terms of like sculpted detail and stuff. Oh, and I did also need to get free shipping on my Walmart order. So I did get the Galaxy of Adventures Boba Fett here. Nice little $5 free shipping item there. Because I ordered Casca and the Death Star droid together. And so it was like $30. So I literally
you
just
need the 35, yeah.
I just needed the 5, and I was like, ooh, I see that Galaxy of Adventures Boba Fett for actually $5. So there you go. And then finally, I did get a couple more Swoosh Ninjas because these were on clearance. So these are the black ones, and these are 6-inch scale. And the Swoosh Ninjas are they're just great for, you know, background characters. You want to have Daredevil punching one in the face, or, you know, something like that. Right. It really helps beef up the collection in that way. And Boba Fett, yes, I will be getting both McFarlane Swamp Things. I have both on pre-order, the one with the horned head and then the normal one. I was not going to pass those up. I'm a huge Swamp Thing fan, and those figures look amazing. So, yeah, I think DC Multiverse is on fire right now with character selection and like sculpt and articulation and everything. So, great time to be a fan of the line. But that's all I've got. That's my those are my pickups there.
All right. So if you missed it last week, I did find the red and black box Scarif Stormtrooper. If you weren't here last week for that recent pickup, this was at a used media store. I already have one. I actually found this one back when it was a Walmart exclusive in Walmart. But the grunt or whatever rank this one is, it's like kind of rare because I didn't pick up the archive one just because I have a hard time buying archive because you're paying full price and you have to destroy the package to get it out. Kind of going back to they should just put it in the Galaxy packaging.
Yep, absolutely they should.
So I was glad to find that. I have 2 of these now, and I think I have like 3 of the, or maybe 4 of the commanders, or you know, the blue stripe one.
Which one came out in archive? Was it that one?
That was this one, yeah.
Why don't?
Because it's
confused.
one of the.
I'm confused as to why I don't have the grunt. I only have the one with the blue stripe.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's one of the few
I haven't looked at my Rogue One
instances
shelf in a while
where the an exclusive actually comes out in the archive line. I think might be the only instance of that happening.
I'm gonna have to go buy the archive on like eBay or something now because I literally.
It's a fantastic figure.
I'm confused as to why I don't have the black. I have the stripe across the chest, but
yeah,
interesting.
It took me a long time to get that figure. I could never find it when it was originally released as a Walmart exclusive. That was like super hard to come by. I actually ended up getting mine from Bucky. He just gave it to me because he was getting rid of his sequel stuff or Disney stuff. So I was like, I'll take a free trooper. Like you don't have to, especially one I don't have.
Right.
But yeah, and Justin, last week you were right. So the Bandai model kit of the Scarif Stormtrooper comes with the rankings to make that trooper. The one that's not that doesn't have a Black Series figure. So there's like the private, and then I think the captain is the Black Series.
Yeah, that's what Froylin is saying. Have the captain.
Yeah. So. But if you get the model kit, you can put stickers or water decals on the figure to make it look like the one ranking that is not available in the Black Series. That's what I did to mine. So
right, and you are correct, Lukeness. I totally forgot. Entertainment Earth exclusive. I guess we just didn't think of that because we got it for $39.99
technically.
Yeah, well, I got it. The which one?
The archive version isn't like official. Do you have the archive? Were you able to find that?
I found it in the wild. Yeah.
What? No way. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. I have like 8 of them pre-ordered, I think.
Yeah, which is funny because I took down the original to.
I remember seeing your post now about it.
Yeah.
On
I broke the freaking John Walker custom.
Yeah.
Took a shelf dive.
Yeah.
Did you
I'm gonna have
paint
to give
that,
that
or
back
did it
together.
come like that?
Nate actually painted that. It was a birthday present to me.
Oh wow, my birthday's
Mhm.
February 13th, so I'll ship it to you for my birthday.
Yeah.
I will for real paint it for you. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like painting the weapons. I think it's super fun. That's what I did for Justin's birthday. I got him a couple custom weapons from John Walker and painted them myself for him.
That's awesome. Ooh, Lego.
I'm addicted. I did not pick this up.
You guys, I forgot what Todd got me too. I mean, it was in Figure It Out. So
yeah, our previous episode of Figure It Out just a couple days ago. Fig Fury 79. He's probably still in here in the chat somewhere. And he sent us a package for a little early Christmas gift. Nate got the red and black box Geotnosis Battle Droid, which is a great figure. And in there was a Lego set for me because that's been like the new shtick, kind of like a little joke in the channel is that I'm addicted to Lego because I'm like dabbling, dipping my toes in.
Do you have any of the Lego helmets?
No, I do not.
I got the little Stormtrooper down here, Lego helmet. My cousin got me that for Christmas last year.
Nice.
So,
I like the diorama and especially like just the different ships and stuff. But I'm super hyped on that. Boba Fett with the soft goods cape there, little Ugnaught, little Han and Carbonite.
Yeah, I think
and I have the Slave One too, so that'll go with this.
You mean
nicely.
Boba Fett's starship?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say Slave One.
Nope, not anymore.
Let's look at the Wikipedia article that says Slave One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming hopefully they still call it that in the Boba Fett show. But
I feel like if they're either gonna say it or they're literally just never gonna say the name of his ship.
They'll say, "Hey, let me get in my ship." You know?
Yeah. Which I mean, you know,
well, they don't say Slave One in the original movie either.
Right, but I feel like that it would be more natural instead of Boba Fett going, "I'm gonna get in my Slave One."
Yeah,
get back to the ship.
Like, why wouldn't he just say,
"Hey,
ship?
There he is."
Yeah, it's just because Mando calls his the crest, but it's literally a Razor Crest. So
yeah. So I mean, you know, we'll see. I feel like either way, it you know, it doesn't matter if you still want to call it Slave One. You can still call it Slave One.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
It's still canon that it's the Slave One. It's on Wikipedia.
But I mean,
I don't care what a Lego says.
Even in the event it does happen, you could still call it Slave One. Like,
that's what I'm going to call it. It's a Slave
it's...
One. It's been that my whole life.
Right.
All right. Zach, you have any recent pickups?
Yeah, so I have a couple. I did them on Thursday for fine editions on Black Series Cantina. So I had a good loyal listener to Black Series Cantina sent me. He sent me a little package. He's in Canada, so he sent me an AT-AT driver, which I have all three that he sent me, but he sent me a good little army building pack. Another First Order Stormtrooper, which you can never have enough of those. And unless you hate the sequels, you can. And I only have one Royal Guard, which you can't really see it up here. You can see like the red cape, but I got a second one finally to mirror on the other side of my Palpatine from his chair, because I do have the one with he's sitting in the chair.
Nice.
Humble brag.
Yeah, right.
And these days, with how much it is.
Yeah,
and then I've showed it off already, but the Imperial Crosshair, I picked that up.
Nice. Yeah, you got to be careful, Zach. You don't want to flex your rare Black Series figures.
Oh, really? Is that a thing on this channel?
There's been times where I've posted reviews and I'm doing comparisons, and I'm I'll like compare, for instance, like the Clone Wars Obi-Wan, compared him with like Archive Anakin, and I got accused of flexing my expensive figures, and I'm like, wouldn't you want to see what Obi-Wan looks like next to Anakin?
I'm flexing right here. CC Boba Fett. I got the Obi-Wan carded, that one right there next to the Darth Maul, right there. So.
Yep. I've got some heat right behind me here.
Yeah.
3.
Yep.
But those are saved for something special. The sooner we get to 10,000 subscribers, the better, is all I can say for people that are subscribed to the channel.
Yes. Also, thank you, Section 7 Century, for the $5 chat. Please do a Spotchka Nights live stream sometime, maybe with my case, a little booze and banter. I can get into that.
There you go.
A little
Have
Black Series and shots. Doesn't have the same ring to it.
Yeah, Justin, have a couple of Trulies and get a little crazy.
I need like 1 or 2.
Right.
Such a lightweight, unbelievably lightweight.
Yeah, me too. I don't very often at all. So,
all right. Do you have any other pickups?
No, that's it for recent pickups for me. I still need to unbox them. I think I'm going to do like a Instagram live stream unboxing one of these days, but we'll see how that goes.
All right. Thank you, Christopher. Or Christopher.
Oh, what the?
I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your name.
Christopher.
Text is very small. Thank you.
All right, I'm back.
Thank you. All right. Sneezy boy?
Nah, I had a little food delivery here. Food delivery.
All right. Well, we can go ahead and wrap it up because I'm sure I'm starving. I need some food.
Yeah, I got a.
Is there anything else? Any closing ideas and thoughts? We need to
go back to Rancor. That's all I got. Go back.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. We're up 4 from when we started. No, it was in the 49s when we started.
Yeah.
It was like 49.92 or something.
Yeah. Before we go, yes, we'll go to Applebee's. Only if you're there, David. That's the only way we're going, is if you're there. Norski, just to answer that real quick, have not watched Hawkeye. So that's pretty cool. If there's something Daredevil related, though, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I heard about that. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess closing thoughts for me, I stand by everything I've ever said about the Rancor, and if it doesn't get backed, hey, I can admit when I'm wrong. We've been saying kind of for a while that this was going to back for sure 100%, and we're very confident about that, just based off of other HasLabs and how they tend to skyrocket at the last moment, which can still happen. We have we have 1 day and 7 hours, 38 minutes. I stand by everything I said. I still think it's worth it. If they extend it, fine, I'll still back it. If they want to cancel it and redo it in February, March, April, sometime next year, sure, I'll still back it. I want my Rancor. It's not FOMO. We've been backing it since the very beginning.
Yeah.
And yeah, I still stand by everything we've ever said, but I can totally admit when we were wrong, that it would back with ease. Maybe it won't. We still have 1 day. We'll see what happens.
I guess that's probably already kind of out the window, backing with ease, because we're crawling there right now. We got 31 hours left, so
right. But anything can happen. Maybe we'll see an extension. Maybe we'll see this, not happen and then come back later next year at a better time. So we'll have to wait and see, but it's an interesting time to be a Black Series collector with something like this on the line, especially so close to being either realized or not quite yet. So
let's get that Malakili. Let's get our Rancor.
Yeah, in theory, on this week's episode of Figure It Out, we'll be able to talk about it.
Yeah, have some kind of update.
Yep.
For better or for worse. And we said from the very beginning, like, I'm not going to go around and change my opinion on switch around.
No way.
A good captain goes down with their ship. I'm going to crash and burn with the Rancor if it fails.
Play the violin. It was an honor.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're the captain staying on the Rancor ship, whether it goes down or if it prevails.
Yeah,
I'm going down with the ship. My Instagram page is going with it. I'm just gonna delete it at some point if it doesn't back, I guess, because my comments are gonna be so full of yada yada. It's embarrassing for HasLab, blah, 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 like they already are.
Yep. Right. Yeah, but hey, if it doesn't back and we got it wrong, we got it wrong. That's
absolutely.
That's what I have to offer is shoulder shrug.
I wasn't the one running the campaign. It's not my fault.
Yeah,
I'm just doing free marketing for them.
If it doesn't happen, I'm gonna shrug my shoulders, and then I'm gonna have $350 more to my name, and I'm gonna be perfectly fine.
Yep.
I'm not gonna be in shambles if this thing fails.
I mean, there's people already are like, they're like melting over the fact that, oh, I really don't want this to be back. Like, it's ridiculous. Like the campaign against it. Like, if you don't want to back it, just don't back it and go along with your day. But it's literally a toy. You know, don't cry about it online. Forcing like trying to get other people to not back it. The day of
reckoning is upon you, Hasbro.
Yeah, Hasbro has failed. Yeah, like stuff like that to me is just so funny because I'm just like,
what's the point? Yeah,
right. It's like you think. I'm sorry. It just all goes back to, you know, does this $1 billion company really care all that much one way or another? Because I feel like if the Rancor doesn't back, they're just going to say that there wasn't enough demand for it. I don't think that they're going to look internally into what they could have done better, even though we as fans fully realize that, yeah, they botched the campaign. But I don't think that, you know, people are thinking like, if this fails, Hasbro's going to learn a lesson. Like, I really don't think they are.
They're not losing that much money if it doesn't.
They have poured money into it that they would lose out on.
But at the end of
the math. Oh, go ahead, Nate, real quick.
No, I was just going to say, but at the end of the day, they're just going to look at the fans and say, well, clearly there wasn't enough demand for it. So
yeah.
Which I actually don't agree with that. I would put the blame 100%. Like, I'm not a fan of them blaming the fans either. Even with all the like
me either, but I just know that that's
outrage.
That's the angle they're going to take. They're going to take that angle with it.
Mm-hmm.
So if this does get backed at exactly 9,000 backers, so it's what, 34. It's $349.99, right? That's the price of it. So Hasbro is going to get $3,149,910. So $3.1 million for a company as big as Hasbro. That's not really that much at all. They've probably poured like $1.5 million already into it as far as marketing and like trying to produce the prototypes and all that, if that. So it's not necessarily like they're going to get tens of millions of dollars just from this. They're going to get it's going to make 9,000 and there's going to be $3.1 million. And then they have to spend some of that money in production. So they're not making a lot of money off this. Mm-hmm. We're getting it at a wholesale price. It's the cheapest it's ever going to be. So this isn't going to teach Hasbro a lesson one way or another. They're just not going to do Black Series HasLabs anymore if this fails. So we need to try to get it back so we can eventually get that ATST HasLab. Right. Or whatever else is.
That would be awesome.
Realistically, the only people who get hurt by the Rancor not getting backed are fans. It's us.
Yeah, it's the collectors. It's the collectors.
Yeah, it's not going to be Hasbro. Because, yeah, that's a great point, Zach. You know, if this doesn't go through, we could probably kiss any other Black Series HasLab goodbye.
Yep.
So they're going to be like,
I hope that's not the case.
Or at the very least, it's going to be a very long time before we see another one.
Yep.
Right. A part of me thinks they won't let this fail, though. I mean, if they can include a Malakili, they can do something else. They can find some way to make this a success.
I want it to come with a 20-pound bag of sand, rocks, a full metal gate.
Full metal gate.
I want Malakili, Giran, Ula, Jabba,
Huttslayer Leia,
the new Luke,
Jabba's throne, the Luke. I actually, here's my ultimatum, Hasbro. I want a 1/12 scale, all of Jabba's palace, the entire building, and every single character inside of it for $350. Take it or leave it.
I guess you'll have to get a new mortgage because it'll be the size of like, you know,
just in my backyard. Like, I had nowhere else to put this. I really didn't.
Right.
But no, that's like that's me holding the line. So balls in your court, Hasbro.
You know, oh man, never mind. I'm just gonna omit. I'm just gonna omit that from. I'm gonna stop that before it exists on the internet. So never mind.
All right.
I hope it backs because I think it's cool.
Hey,
absolutely.
That's a controversial.
That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. I think it's cool. I think it's worth it. I think it looks epic. I think it looks incredible. I hope it backs, and maybe by some 0.001% miracle. We can get all the tiers, and we could all just be happy, because if this thing succeeds and you didn't get it, you're going to be happy because you didn't think it was worth it. I'll be happy because I thought it was worth it. And that's literally all there is to it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That'll be my last thing I say about the Rancor until we talk about it again on Figure It Out.
Well, we have to. The campaign's ending.
Of course.
Unless they extend it, which I'm pretty confident they'll extend it.
Yeah, they could.
My prediction is as soon as we stop this live stream, something's gonna come out.
There's probably already Hasbro Pulse social media thing, and we're just not seeing it.
Yeah, that's right. Fine. Might want to check on that, but yeah, whatever we miss, we'll talk about it on Figure It Out this coming week. So just stay tuned for that. And if that's all, then I suppose we could go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah, thank you so much for everyone. We've been consistently well over 100. We're at like 190 something at one point. We're at We're still at 151 right now. We've made $155.33, and we've had 4 new members. Holy crap, guys! Thank you so much for the support on the stream.
Thank you.
Later, Jonathan, and thank you, of course, Zach, for coming on.
My pleasure. Yeah, my pleasure. Let's get you all on the Black Series Cantina one day.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Sure. That would be a lot of fun. So, but catch us on Figure It Out this week. There might be some more figure reviews this week. See, I'm still in the midst of moving, so the figure review content is slowed down for the time being, just because I'm trying to focus on transitioning. So it'll be back. There might be a review or two this week. I've got a bunch of stuff still left to catch up on, like Bad Batch Rex and all the PulseCon stuff I still haven't even looked at yet. So there'll be some more content this week.
Rancor Wave. Let's
there you go.
Everybody else in the comments is like, I'm going to be the spark that lights the fire that ignites HasLab and only never do another one and burns Hasbro to the ground.
Right. Yeah. Real quick, I'll actually be gone for the next 2 weeks, just on the weekends. True. So I'll still be here for Figure It Out and all that. What next week is actually a vacation, purely pleasure. And then next week, the week after that, is visiting my dad for Christmas. But we'll be going to the Mall of America up soon, so I definitely want to vlog that. I'll be doing a vlog, and so if anyone's in the area, let's do a little meetup.
Hey,
let's get it. I'll be vlogging that. That'll probably be the next video I create on my own. But Figure It Out. I'll be there for sure. But for the next 2 streams, and going into 2022, we have a banger of a lineup. We have Action Display. We have Red Wagon dioramas. We have
Can't Kill Chewie. Is going to finally come on the show. So, Zach, do you have anything for the people to look forward to?
So I think here soon, probably not today, but maybe in the upcoming days, I have a ton of figures I'm going to unbox. So look out for me to go live on my Instagram channel. Maybe I'll do it on TikTok too. I'm not sure. You can find me at the Star Wars Black Series on Instagram and TikTok. Also, check out Black Series Cantina. We have a YouTube show. You can go subscribe to Mike Case's YouTube channel if you want to watch it, or you can download the podcast. Just be sure you leave a nice review. We have like a 4.6 overall rating on the podcast, so people seem to really like it. And then you follow my Instagram, of course, just to get updates on whenever we're recording and whenever a new episode goes live. And with the Rancor, we've thrown in a surprise episode 2 weeks ago for episode 7. Was technically we do every other week just so we get some Black Series news to talk about. But 2 weeks ago we had to do one. And then if it funds, maybe we'll pop in a surprise episode. So you never know. We usually record about an hour and a half. Sometimes we have a guest. Hopefully, Nate and Justin are able to hop on Black Series Cantina one day. But that's where you can find me. So I really appreciate everybody tuning in and checking this out.
Yeah, there are some links in the description of this video to your Instagram and then to the playlist of Black Series Cantina. So there you go.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us today. It was a fantastic stream. So, of course, I'm Nate. I've been joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
We also had Zach with us today. So thanks again for coming on, man. It was awesome.
Appreciate it. Pleasure's all mine.
All righty. And we will see you all same time, same place next week. It's going to be me and Wolfstalker. So we'll be hanging out on the stream together, talking about all sorts of toys next week.
Yep.
All right.
See you guys.
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.